if it's for the better, for worse, who knows? Like some people it's for the better, for some people it's for the worse, and some people they wouldn't have known what Monster Hunter was if they didn't change it. Like Shibz probably wouldn't have played Monster Hunter. If they
I probably wouldn't have. Yeah, 100%.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. We're the Smash Brothers. I'm one of your hosts, JR, and we've got...
I'm Leo, and over there we got...
Cheesy. And we're here for all your gaming and anime needs. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about long game series and how they've changed over time for the better or the worse. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I know you just seen the highlights. It's about to get crazy.
Yes,
so stick around. So without any further ado, let's get into this.
Let's go.
Right, man, them. Podcast day. What are you guys saying, huh?
Not much. Been chilling,
Yeah,
gaming.
can't lie. It's been a more relaxed weekend. I think this is the first time we've had the... Well, I say first time in a while we've had the podcast on a Sunday.
Sunday?
I might be wrong about that, but I swear that I think the last few...
Maybe they've been Saturdays, maybe recently.
A lot of them have been on Saturdays, that's why.
Maybe.
So like this one, it's nice and relaxed. I feel relaxed today, you know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
So,
good, man.
went out for brunch yesterday.
Come on.
Man's out here brunching and thing, you know?
And that.
Let's
I know
go.
you were doing the same as well. You were doing the same kind.
Get that Monster Hunter palette. Let's go.
Let's go.
No, saying that, yeah, I only clocked it, but it just came back to me yesterday when I was playing the game. When you do the barbecue, right, yeah, or not just the barbecue, when you just go and eat, yeah, and you make the quick meal without adding anything on, bruv, it's just a block of cabbage that you're making, bruv.
Oh yeah, it is.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Cabbage and oil.
Yeah, and I was like, what? Yeah, literally
For
that.
a hunter.
Yeah,
and then sometimes you put some egg on top, and you're like, oh yeah, I love this.
Yeah, bruv. Nigga. Bro,
I've been playing enough clearly, bro. What the fuck?
No, like if you cook with just no rations or whatever, like the basic 30-minute one, yeah, bro, you're eating half a block of cabbage.
Rotted.
Yep.
Need energy for just 30 minutes. Just eat some cabbage.
Apparently, the sauce and oil and everything that is cooked in must be flavoursome, bro.
Damn, nutritious.
The nutrition that you're getting from that is crazy.
That oil with cabbage, the cholesterol's mad. Hunters be running for like 2 minutes and they have stamina. Oh shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Bruh.
Our stamina quick.
Bro, that is jokes. Ah, shit.
But what you man saying anyway?
Yeah, what about you, Leo, man?
Yeah, it's been alright, man. Gaming, chilling, bit of anime.
Nice.
Been watching a bit more Go Loser Ranger. Don't know where it's going really anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Apart from that, One Piece come out today.
I knew it.
You know what?
Ah, shit.
Something that to watch.
Yeah. To be fair, you're kind of getting into it because my surprise topic was just going to be a catch up on series. Man, I've been watching, gaming, or the series.
Before that, there's one thing. There's one thing that we need to finalize, and this is the last time we're talking about. Never talking about it again.
This is it.
People, this is it.
If we don't get a yes, it's finished.
It's finished. I'm not talking about it anymore. I'm done.
Ask the question.
Did you watch the Nintendo do it?
Nah, bro, I'm sorry. I'm fucking with No, you know, yeah. The look on his face when I said no there, he looked so upset. No, I actually watched it.
Oh, shit. Alright, cool. I'm happy.
There's a lot of third-party games, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a
lot of third-party games.
More than you expected, isn't it?
Way more than I expected, I will say that. But, like...
I'm just going to be laughing for the rest of this part. Let's go.
It didn't blow me away or anything. I'm not going to say that, like, oh, yes, I was full on amazed. I was hoping for more... I did want to see more sort of actual Nintendo games, because I was expecting more third-party games to come with this console, because it's going to be a stronger piece of hardware and everything like that.
Actually, that's not technically true. You're hoping that it would be stronger.
That's what I'm saying.
I
was hoping, and they've confirmed it on the when I watched it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I'll give it that.
60 frames. 120 FPS.
But I still probably
40p.
I still probably won't buy it until either Smash, most likely.
Yeah, that's calm. No, we didn't mind about you buying it. I don't even care if you liked it or not.
No.
I just wanted to realize that everything you said before was bullshit. in comparison to what happened. I mean, knew what was happening.
It wasn't really bullshit because it was.
I mean,
we were speculating. Like all of us were speculating.
Nah. Everyone knew it was going to be
You were
stronger.
like, oh, Nintendo don't innovate.
And you were
not-
saying it's not going to be stronger as
But
well.
that's not.
I'm hoping that they don't.
I said that I would hope that it would be stronger.
Yeah, but everyone knew
because-
what was gonna.
Yeah, that was like.
And I was
standard.
basing this off of everything that they've done. So what I was saying wasn't necessarily going to be untrue because I can only make those statements based off of what they'd done previously.
So you
N64, GameCube, Wii,
The
Wii U,
Switch.
Switch.
Yeah.
Are you saying that every console upgrade, Nintendo's had it like the same power level? Like the Dragon Ball.
I mean, basically.
but
'Cause we're about to fight right now.
but relatively to their competitors.
Oh, that's different. I say something else.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
not-
said that at the time.
No?
That their hardware was always older and less stronger than their competitors.
No, you didn't say that. No, you didn't say that. Plus, Leo already said that the GameCube at the time was the most powerful console compared to all these
Okay.
other
But anyway.
competitors.
It wasn't
I was
as strong
hoping-
as Xbox,
I
but it
was-
was stronger than PS2.
Well, Xbox was like
Okay,
fresh.
yeah. It was
Just
fresh.
came-
I was hoping to see more more Nintendo games, like because I think the only new one that they showed was I'm trying to remember because this was like literally it was the day after we recorded the last episode.
They actually showed 3, I think.
Was it 3?
They showed
Okay.
Donkey Kong. We got Kirby.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
And there was that wheeling drive, Dragon Drive, but who cares about
Dragon
the game?
Drag.
No,
Mario Kart.
And the other one,
There's one more.
I don't know. It's the Mii's. The Mii's in their own little world.
Oh yeah,
Is that a game though? Is that an
Yeah.
actual game?
It's kind of a
it's,
game, yeah.
from a series. I'm not into that particular game series, but that's another
Okay.
Yeah.
on its own.
So there was at least 3, 4 new ones. Not the ones that's gonna blow you away. Kirby might blow you away. You'd be surprised. And Donkey Kong looks sick.
I'll be real. I've always been interested in Kirby games in the sense because of the lore of the game and everything like that. Yeah.
But this is a different Kirby game. It's made by Sakurai, the guy who made Smash. So this is the
good
closest Smash that you're gonna get. Even though it's kart racing, but it's gonna be sick.
Oh, is it a racing game? Because
racing.
I'll be real. I can't remember I can't remember it because this was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Literally
obviously.
not straight after. Sorry, the next day.
Good.
Yeah.
That was another of my
'Cause that
questions. Was it the next day?
It was the next day. Yeah, it was
and
the next
every time
day.
I talked to you, I purposely didn't say a thing. It was in my mind. Okay, no.
It was
don't mind it.
And it's
the
like,
next day.
I want to ask, but let me chill.
It was the next day. Literally, I watched it the next day because I'd also downloaded to watch what's it called Classroom of the Elite. But I can't lie. With that though,
I got too gassed up.
is I got distracted because I started listening to Harry Potter audio. And like,
Not fair, but
No,
I
it's
hear
not. It's not fair.
I hear you, but it's not fair.
but it's just because I wanted to listen to I don't have time to read the books. So
21st century problems.
yeah,
True.
facts. Well, it's mainly because of the fact that traveling and
Actually,
to
no,
and from
back
work.
then, if they didn't have a candle at night, they didn't read them.
Yeah,
Oh, fact. I mean, step outside to the moonlight.
That's true. Hope the
moonlight.
wolves don't get you. man.
moonlight, you know.
Man's got angle on the
Man's
book.
like,
Just hope someone don't come with a crossbow and hit you.
Like,
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Give me that book.
But yeah, no, like I just got distracted with that because
Okay.
I was deep in because like fucking every day when I go to work at Barnum Station, like there's fucking this Harry Potter something or another advertised, didn't it?
Oh, really?
Oh,
And then-
and that got into
Yeah, and then it started making me deep how arse the fucking movies were compared to the books.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're like I'm not saying the movies were bad.
Nah, but
But,
like
like,
comparing to the
To the original source, yeah, it's so arse, bro. It's
it's
they
true.
miss out so much. You know what? One thing they missed out, and I couldn't believe it. Yeah, until I started listening to the audiobooks again. Yeah, is
Are you on the first one right now? Or
no
you,
third.
Or you went from the first goal?
Yeah. Like it did, and surprisingly didn't take me
I
that
could
long.
have finished Classroom of Elites. That's
Could've.
two seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna get onto it. The way I'm going through these books, yeah, it's not gonna take me long. I'll be on it. Anyway,
Say less.
there's a character that like he's not a main character or anything like that, but he's there, and you would have thought he would be there because he does some things that like can have an impact on the story and whatnot.
Okay.
Is Peeves? He's a poltergeist in Hogwarts.
What guy?
A poltergeist, like a paranormal. He's like a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a ghost,
My dumbass.
but not a ghost.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
bro, he's nowhere in any of the movies, and a lot of his lines and like parts get passed over to Filch, who is the the caretaker. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so like they literally just cut the character out in the movies and then just gave some of his bits that from the books to
To be honest, this is a common trend, right? A lot of books to movies, manga to anime. It always kind of happens, and I think
it's hard to try and.
I don't think it's even that. I think a lot of the people, when they translate, they just want to make it more digestible by your casual audience, your mainstream audience.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that I understand why they do in the movies. Like for example, in the second book, right? Yeah, there's certain things like the order of events that happen, right, is different to the movie. Like for example, they do the dueling. I don't know if you can remember the second movie. That's like near the start of the movie. Once they get into Hogwarts and everything for the year and all of that, right? Yeah, they duel, innit? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you know that they don't actually duel in the books. Like, it's Snape and Lockhart, who are the two teachers that are there at the dueling club, yeah? They duel, right? And then later on, Draco tells Harry, like, oh, yeah, meet me here, yeah, at this time at night and we'll duel, yeah? And then it never happened because that was Draco trying to set him up to get him in trouble for being out at night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, so the duel actually doesn't happen. And then also, in that same movie, in the second book movie, after the duel happened in the movie, right, yeah, Draco puts out the snake and then Harry starts speaking parcel tongue, innit? Right? And then he speaks in front of everyone, innit?
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't happen in the book. What? In the book, it happens in a different way. Because I don't think that I'm trying to remember it again because I finished the second book like 3 days ago. Where he speaks it in front of Ron and Hermione, but not everyone. So like, not necessarily the whole school knows that he can speak.
A bit of
tongue.
impact.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm wondering, I guess maybe also it gives them a chance to change certain aspects they think could have been better or worse.
Yeah.
In the movies. So that's interesting.
I think the other reason why I started listening to it as well is because they're bringing out the TV series.
As
well.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah. Okay, and there's a lot of backlash as well, innit, with one character mainly.
Character choice.
The actor for the character in it, which is Snape. Snape being a black man.
Yeah.
And
I see that.
I'm sure he's a great actor, but it doesn't hold true to the character. Like, because in the books and everything, he's described as being proper pale and proper black straight hair. And I'm sorry, bro, but how many black people do you know that have like naturally straight?
I've seen a couple of albinos, so.
I mean, that's true, yeah.
But no, I'm still stretched.
But you see my point, innit?
Yeah.
Because and I'm not having a go at the actor or anything like that. Because even I mean, J.K. Rowling, she had part to play in choosing the actors, but then she's also then turned around and said something about like it shouldn't be like this and da-da-da-da. So I don't know how much of a say she has in it as well, and I don't want to come across looking like, oh my god, like.
Look at this guy, bro.
You don't like black people. Do you know what I mean? Because the one character I think they done justice in this the remake is Hermione, funnily enough.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's more like this like the girl they've picked actually looks more like the description of Hermione than
Watson.
Yeah.
God damn.
Because Hermione is described as got big buck teeth, like big front teeth. She's actually more of a browner complexion as well. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one's also gained some controversy as well.
Yeah, which is funny. Like, I find that funny because people are hating on that choice, but that's the one that I don't see how you can hate on the choice because it's more true to the actual.
How it's been
described. Yeah.
No,
I
think sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes people will make a problem when they want to push their agendas onto a certain
yeah.
Because even did you actually? it's weird, yeah, because even Daniel Radcliffe isn't necessarily the correct description of what Harry looks like.
Hey.
Yeah, because in the original books, like in the original text, like the description is he's got proper messy ass hair, and it's like all over the place. When you look at Harry in the first movie and even the second movie, and pretty much all of them, I think up until the first two, sorry, only, right? He's got this really like neat sort of like bowl cut style hair, innit? Like it's long, and
okay.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
And then in the third one is when he actually gets a haircut, and then it's a bit more messy at the top, innit? Like it's styled to look messy. Do you know what I'm saying?
What I would say is that modern times, maybe the last 5-10 years, people have paid more attention to this and care more than they used to
Originally,
20 years ago, 15 years ago.
But the thing is
if it's right or wrong, I don't know.
But the thing is, though, a lot of the characters at that time, though, were majority of them were quite true to the description. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like here it's not as much. Well, I say it's not as much. It's only one character in my.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when your kids watching it, you didn't care. You just watched.
Yeah,
because you got to see what your favorite book come to life.
Yeah, it just mattered to you.
Well, I didn't even read the books before I saw the movie, so I didn't
swear down, okay.
I didn't give a fuck.
Fair.
It really depends, and I mean, I'm pretty sure there's so many things throughout history or books or things that haven't been portrayed properly. Is that right? I don't know.
Yeah,
probably not. I think it would be probably the best just to portray it as it should be, but or as most as you can to how it's written in the thing.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is as well, like, for example, with yourself, you didn't read the books, you just watched the movies, right? Yeah. Like, a lot of people will be in that same boat as yourself, sorry, and they will see how that these new actors don't look anything like or do look like the original actors from the movies.
That's what they're most likely going to compare.
And to be fair, I think a lot of them are fairly accurate, apart from Snape. I'm going to be real with you, like, because the way they describe Snape, it's more than once in the books.
Okay.
Right? And I can't believe I can't remember his name now. The actor for Snape, innit? Alan Rickman.
R.I.P.
Alan Rickman, I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure it is. Because he's dead, innit? Yeah. Like, he genuinely, if you was to just describe Snape, and then tried to describe him, it's the same, bro. Like, it's so similar. Like, he portrayed it very well as well.
See it fit what you imagine.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, fair enough. Like, he probably isn't as pale, and he probably isn't got that same haircut and things like that.
Dramatic in the books.
Yeah, like, and I'm sure
what you're saying is close enough.
Yeah, like it's close enough to bring it to life in that sense. And I'm sorry, bro, but if you're black, how are you gonna have pale skin? Do you see my point in that sense? Yeah. That's the only thing like I can honestly say about that. Yeah. It genuinely upset me, man, because Harry Potter is something that I genuinely love. I grew up with it. You know what I mean? I grew up reading the books. Like, I remember, bro, like, man was hospitalized once, when I was in year 6.
God damn.
Yeah? And the Half-Blood Prince had just come out. Was it Half-Blood Prince?
What, the book?
Yeah, the book.
Right.
The book. Or was it Order of the Phoenix? It was one of the two that had just come out, right? Yeah. Fam, that whole time I was recovering, I just read the book, bruv, and that kept me entertained.
I feel you, man. My dad used to force me to go to the library, bro. The only books that I would actually pick were Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
And he would still complain, oh, you're just reading these books. You're not learning anything new.
Oh, because he wants you to read, like, he wants you to read, like, some maths or something like that.
Did you read the books?
Yeah, I read some books, but when he was saying I've read the books after I've seen the movie.
Oh, okay.
The only book that I've read before the movie, funnily enough, is the Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, I think it's the Order of the Phoenix.
Was it like a yellowish cover with blue on it?
That was the only book I read before watching the movie. And that's the reason why I rated that movie the least.
Oh, really?
Because I knew from the books, the book is more epic than this. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. See, that's why, like whenever, because there's been a few times when me and T have spoken about this, and like we get so upset over the movies because it's just like in Goblet of Fire, for example, like one of my favorite scenes, they just didn't even do. They just didn't even do it, which was when they go into the maze.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in the maze, there's a sphinx that appears, right?
Oh shit.
And this sphinx gives you riddles, and you gotta solve the riddles, obviously, to get past him.
Okay.
Right? And these riddles were difficult, bro. They weren't like just easy peasy, like, do you know what I mean? And like,
you don't see none of that shit.
exactly my point.
None of that shit.
Exactly my point.
Jeez.
That movie was already long, bro. So maybe it took too much time.
Yeah, they probably
Another
didn't
thing
want to
I'm
cut
thinking
into
about
two.
with movies.
Yeah, but they could have
like,
just exactly.
see the into two parts.
So yeah, that's probably what they didn't want to do. They probably was forced to do it with the Deathly Hallows because you had to kind
It's
of
such
tell
a long,
bit more
yeah.
point
They had
stuff.
no option
And it's the
to.
final movie, so they didn't want to, like, obviously,
They're dirty as well.
they didn't want to do a Game of Thrones, basically.
I mean, that was before Game of Thrones, but fair enough.
But you see my point, didn't it?
Yeah. Funny thing is, everyone's reading the books. I had the books. I read like eight pages of the first book. My mom was trying to get me to read. I ain't reading this shit. I ain't reading this.
So you haven't ever read them?
Nope.
Oh man,
I didn't give a shit about Harry Potter.
That's
Expelliarmus.
I can't. Yeah, but you love the movies though.
I find them pretty funny, but not like great.
Not
funny.
ha funny.
No, I find them like ha funny. Like, I watched them a lot with my sister. And
I was just about to say, I think you watched them mainly because of your sister, innit? Because I know she loves them.
But we just make fun of it all the time, even though she loves it. I don't love it, but I can accept
shit.
it.
Yeah, but she probably makes fun of it because she might have read the books.
Yeah, she read the books,
so that's probably why she makes fun of it. Then
I make fun of it because they do a lot of dumb stuff in the.
Oh no, 100%. They definitely do a lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah, it makes me laugh.
Like even when I'm listening to the audiobooks now as well, like when you deep it, like obviously when I was a kid, I didn't really think too much about it. But like, there's a lot of shit in there, yeah, where I'm thinking, rah, man, know how to do all this magical shit, yeah, and you make your life so complicated for no reason.
I mean, my main thing was when I was growing up, I'm always seeing them do the magic. And I've seen them do this. I wanted to see some fire, some lightning.
Oh, like so actual, like, yeah.
So when Dumbledore did that fire attack, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I want. And then he dies. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Spoilers, if you haven't watched it, too late.
The man died and he was the best guy.
Bruv. It's hard, man.
I can't lie. When I remember, when I read the book, and it said that, oh, bruv. I remember, I will not forget that, Man was in bed, I was reading it, As soon as it said, that he died, I just closed the book and went to sleep.
You know, it's kind of peak. It's probably the first time you see some guy get jumped. He actually got jumped.
He got jumped, bro.
Yeah. They came through to his yard and jumped him.
Yeah.
Where's this nigga at?
In 1080p, maybe sub 1080p. I don't know, 720p back in the day. Guy got jumped in 720p, guy. That's crazy.
Damn.
Oh, man. And his boy came and did him in, even though he had to do him in.
Yeah.
It's like
Snape just comes in and just
does him. That's crazy.
But it was all part of his plan.
It was
all part of his plan.
Yeah, man saw the bigger vision, innit?
Yeah. He knew that he was just a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. But we've been talking a lot about this.
Yeah, for real.
One of the last things I did want to say around your original reason for bringing this up.
Oh right, yeah.
I mean, for me at least, it doesn't really matter. Like, I just hope that when they write stuff, they try to keep it. No matter where the person's from or who from, like what part of history, if they can try to keep it as much as what it's mostly known as and portrayed as. Like, a lot of people know it from how it was in the movies, how it was in the book. Keeping it closer to those to help people remember from what they watch.
Yeah,
and not just in like that type of media. Maybe even stuff that's shown from like Egypt or Asia or South America, anywhere really. So we can get the more authentic feeling of what people have known it for.
I mean, there's one argument which is that this is going to be the Harry Potter for this generation,
right?
Which is fair enough, but like again, it goes back to what you just said, Leonard, which is like it should still be true to the original source to as much as it can. And I guess it isn't really in that sense. But you never know. He might do an amazing job. Like, I'm not knocking him as an actor. Yeah. Like, he might do an absolutely amazing job and like make us forget that, oh yeah, he's actually black and like he should be white. Do you know what I mean? Like, he might do an amazing job. You never know. Like, and I got nothing against him as an actor because I'm sure he's a brilliant actor. I've never watched him in anything, so I can't really give that opinion. But
I'm bad with names, so I don't even know.
Yeah. But like, I'm sure like he will do a great job. But it's just more so whether people are gonna give him the chance to actually portray the character in that sense. Because
if he's on the screen, people are gonna watch him, bro.
Yeah, so but like, because the thing is as well, again, is just that even when I hear Snape, right, I like.
Page 4.
Yeah, maybe not like that, but it's just like Potter. Like even just it's just that nasally like snide turn your nose up at people kind of way he speaks.
Like you're better than everyone else.
Yeah. And like it's just like you just know if you was to hear his voice, you just know who it is straight away in that sense.
What you're saying, like it has nothing to do with skin tone. So I'll be very. I'm not saying that's what you're saying. I'm just making that overall point, like black, white, yellow, pink, blue.
No, 100%. Yeah.
And we can portray that in it. It's just how he looks, bro.
Yeah. Because
so, I'm curious to see how they tackle it, man.
Yeah, because there's obviously a lot of backlash with that. There's I mean, again, on the other side as well, there's a lot of people saying that just to give him a chance and to just,
I mean, fair. For me, genuinely, it's just all about how people perform, right? Like, it's about merit, how good they do.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't care anyway because Harry Potter, I don't give a shit. But if I did give a shit about something, which is not Harry Potter, if I did, I'd be like, yeah, let's see what happens. Take it from there. Pretty much it.
Oh, that's it, man.
So, but
it's not Disney, is it?
Yeah.
It's
I don't know, but JL had a topic.
Bros, Sorry,
I mean, part of the topic is pretty much
we're 25 minutes in already.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Have you been gaming anything?
It's just been more time. Well, with the new patch in it, obviously. It's not. It's another update, innit?
There's some new updates.
I can't lie to you, bro. I can't.
Oh, the Akuma shit.
Yeah. I can't lie. I tried that. Meh.
You didn't like it?
It's okay. Like it's it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But like I literally got into the hunt, and I was like, I tried it out, meh, and then I didn't even finish the hunt. I just quit the hunt
because just a little gimmick.
Yeah.
But did you unlock it all? Or?
Yeah. Now all I've got to do is like I haven't got the armor or anything like that.
Okay.
I haven't completed that quest.
Oh, you didn't complete the quest?
Yeah, because I was doing it.
Oh,
and then
you got to fight as Akuma.
Yeah, the first time. It's actually pretty dope. It's actually pretty dope.
Okay. And don't get me wrong, the concept and everything is cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna lie though. Yeah, the animation was like the actual like the effort they put in. Yeah, was terrible. I can't lie to you in that sense.
I actually thought it was pretty good.
Nah, I thought it was terrible. I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if it was just me and my PlayStation bugged out. Because remember last time we were talking about how like obviously what it looks like and everything like that.
Yeah, we were gassed.
But
you were the most gassed, I think.
No,
and you were second most gassed.
Yeah,
like,
do you know what it is? I think it might have just been my PlayStation that bugged out for a minute for that cutscene and everything because it looked a little blocky. So I think it was it might have just been.
You were saying animation, like
in
the actual quest, or like what are you talking about?
I'm not talking. I'm mainly talking about the cutscenes. I'm not talking about his like the animations of the moves when you're playing.
You said animation. So.
Oh right, sorry. Yeah. I meant like the cutscene. Sorry. But don't get me wrong. It's cool. It is actually cool. Like when I tried it out and everything, I was enjoying it to a certain extent.
It wasn't cool enough for you to finish the quest.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Man. Do you know? Sounds
like you're trying to please me now. I think it's please.
Let me. So
you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was saying. I was laughing. It was fun.
The reason why I didn't complete it is because I couldn't see where any way I was gonna use the armor for it. So I was just like, I'm not gonna waste my time with this.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is, if you didn't like it, that's calm.
Oh no!
Don't try to please me because I think it will say. Don't do that.
I think the concept is cool and everything, and I do like being
Akuma.
being able to fight as Akuma, bro. He's got a fucking knockback move and everything like that. Yeah, offset. That's it.
It wasn't fun enough. You didn't feel it enough to finish the quest.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. If you didn't, you didn't. You can't force you.
Yeah.
But
I would say give it a go again. I thought it was kind of fun. I didn't go try to get the armor after. I'm going to try later on.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to always be punching.
Okay.
But I do want to try it out a bit more. Because it was pretty fun in the cutscene with Akuma. It was pretty funny. Like the way he acted.
The script was funny. The script was funny.
It was pretty cool.
Because he's out here saying, I'm and this is obviously me paraphrasing here completely, I'm Akuma. If you don't embrace evil, you'll never be fully powerful, blah, 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 blah. And then there's the fucking handler saying like, but we shouldn't be doing that, because these monsters are here for the balance and blah, 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 blah.
Akuma, he knocked you out off screen. Just leave the hand intact. Man
threw hands at you, you know that.
Shivering, man. He don't throw hands at women. punched up your hunter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
I mean, if your hunter was a woman, I guess he punch up you up too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Akuma, he punches everyone, guys.
Yeah.
He beats up both sides.
Yeah,
No discrimination then.
None.
equal fights for all.
Yes.
Damn.
So, but yeah, no, it was good. I think it was a pretty good update because not just the Akuma stuff. They also did they buffed up monsters.
Yes, yes. Oh,
monsters
my
definitely
God.
take longer to kill. Not like really difficult. It's just longer to kill.
No,
really.
Gore is a menace. I can't lie to you.
think Gore's a menace?
No, he's a menace. He is a menace.
I
Like
think it's just
first time round, he caught me off guard. I can't lie to you. No, because I did a level 8 Gore and Arkveld quest, right? Yeah,
okay.
and I can't lie. Yeah, Gore, he's a bit of a menace.
Yeah, I didn't do it by myself. I did it with people. But I mean, to me,
You should try
it's
it on your
just-
own. But you,
It's just gonna be a longer goal.
yeah.
Because they don't like increase the damage. They just increase the HP. So if you can already handle
No,
gore,
it felt like he felt like he hit a little bit harder. You know.
okay, he might do a bit more damage.
Yeah,
but
he does feel like he hits a lot harder.
I'll do a bit more.
Because I noticed it. That was the first thing I noticed. I didn't even notice about him taking longer to die, if I'm completely honest with you. But that might have been because it's a 2 monster hunt, and you know their HPs do change a little bit. But
facts.
like he definitely hit harder.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Definitely hit
It would make
harder.
sense because higher star should hit harder.
Yeah.
But one of the, I guess, things I suppose annoying for me is finding these quests. You know, to find a quest, you have to go to rest.
Yeah.
Come back to the map.
I
look what's on
agree
the
with you
map.
on that one.
It's
Yeah.
kind of long. Look at
Yeah.
each section on the map. Okay, nope. Go back to rest. And sometimes you get level 7 still. I want the level 8s.
Yeah.
And when you want the 8 stars, you still want the 5 difficulty star.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like always searching. I'm like, oh, so long.
Do you know the other thing is as well that I don't know if this is just because of this update,
Yeah.
but before, right, yeah, I would very rarely have like a area where there's no monsters at all.
You saw some.
Like you'd always see some monsters,
but now you saw some with none.
but now, yeah, like it's more frequent where there's no monsters in certain areas, and that doesn't make any sense
I
to me.
saw that a bit. Maybe that's just a minor bug because what they tried to do is increase the amount of high level monsters you'll see, the higher your HR is now. I don't know how it really works, but just I guess the more you've been playing, the more tempered monsters you'll see, basically.
Which
that's
that
fair.
I noticed.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
I
I noticed
definitely
that too.
noticed. I
'Cause
definitely
literally,
noticed that.
We were playing, and every map I went to, we saw an Apex was tempered. Literally, just went from
Yeah.
map to map
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Find
Yeah.
Apexes,
Agreed with you on that.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would just at this point, I would actually just like to scale the difficulty myself at this point because like I don't want to see these level 3s. I don't want to see these level 7 stars. Like just give me what I want. But you can't do that. So people are just resting all the time. But it's a way, I guess, to force people to play together online in investigations. That's what they want. They want that. That's why it's always online. And
That's what they've been pushing
community and all
anyway,
that
innit?
shit.
From the start.
Yeah.
It's not how I play Monster now.
Yeah,
Nah,
same.
nah.
Me, myself as well.
Yeah, I'm not
Like-
gonna jump in investigation SOS to some random guy.
'Cause-
I've never done that.
Yeah.
Did it in World, didn't do it in Rise. I'm never gonna do that.
Yeah, like for example, like right now, right? If I went back home, like if I just turn my PlayStation back on, I'll be in the middle of a hunt, right? And I'm offline, even though technically you can still see that I'm online. It's just that
Yeah.
I'm not
Yes,
connected to
solo,
the
Yeah.
and like I'm with Leonard on this one. Like I'm just not that guy to like jump into an SOS.
Chris, no.
Yeah, like
need help? Let me come save
No.
your ass.
The only reason I do it is the guys on Discord or whatever, but mostly it be with you guys. Like I was trying to find some Gore level 8s because I wanted to hunt them with Shibz or you sometime just to see what happened.
yeah,
I don't want to
you
do
just
it
haven't
like-
come across them as well.
I got one finally, but I
Okay.
don't want to do it with randoms. That's why, because if you're doing it with randoms, you can probably find it easy. Because you just jump with someone else's.
Yeah, because
I don't want to just jump with someone else's.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
You don't get that fun.
But the thing is as well, if you do the ones where you search for the SOS investigations, right? Yeah, it's not like you can save them later on because you can't.
Oh, you can't as well.
Yeah,
That's
no, you
unfortunate.
can't because remember
I
we
mean, I
tried.
didn't know.
Do you not remember we tried this
damn.
with investigations that we can't save each other's investigations for ourselves. So like, if I post an investigation and you join it through the lobby, you can't save that for yourself for
you can
later.
only save in the map. So
Yeah.
I'm tied to you. I guess it's another way that they wanted everyone to play together. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm sure we did this. We did this literally. It was one of the first things we did when we jumped online
Yeah,
together.
probably I forgot.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So
They
yeah,
might have changed
Yeah.
it, but probably did not.
maybe they might have. Yeah,
Yeah. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I might check.
We also need to try see if we can join each other's lobbies by invite because that's last
Oh,
time
yeah.
that didn't work.
I finally played with T online for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I've actually got him on my friends list now.
What did he say about the game? I don't know what he thinks.
Yeah,
he
actually,
said
fair
he said it's too easy.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said it's way too easy.
He was saying that he thinks it's gonna be his favorite Monster Hunter game, but he hasn't really.
I
played
can't
it
remember
at all.
what he said about the like whether it was his favorite one because I don't think it was. I think no, I'm pretty sure he has said that World is still his
favorite.
Yeah,
Because I was talking to my guys, and I don't want to talk about Monster Hunter too much because we're going more on one
yeah,
topic.
yeah.
But it's up to you, JR. But one thing I wanted to say is all of T's weapons are all the weapons that people have said are ruined in this game. Actually,
Yeah.
like both people say
Yeah,
their weapons
yeah.
are dead. Glaive people say their weapons are dead. That's T's weapon. Switch axe people said weapons dead, and that's also T's weapon. So
Yeah.
all of his main weapons.
And his new pick and his new main for this game.
What, Great Sword?
No,
What's that?
his hunting horn.
Hunting on. And people don't. I don't know how people feel about hunting on.
I don't think they because it's just getting a buff as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting buffs. Yeah.
A lot of weapons are getting buffs in.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. I want. So that's why I really want to know what he thinks, but he's not playing it and he's not really saying much. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to get his thoughts.
Yeah.
But Jay, what about you, man? What you been watching? What you been playing? What you been doing?
Yeah, well, clearly I haven't been playing Monster Hunter. That's one thing. That's clear as day.
Yeah.
Well, you're soon gonna be playing Monster Hunter, but just not wild. Just not wild.
Yeah, no, for real. But no, I finished playing that Avowed game that I kept going on about.
How was that?
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's alright. There's no post game, unfortunately. Once you complete it, that's kind of it. Unless you load up another file.
You finished with Ghost of.
Tsushima. See, that does have post game, so
I know you said that you were gonna do that as well, no?
yeah, for myself. Unless the people them quest for it, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know. But now I picked up Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm out here.
Yeah.
Fucking cyborg.
How's that?
Futuristic GTA.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, so far I'm not even too deep in the game, bro. Like I thought, this story is going forever. You know when you're playing, certain games, it might just be the pre-log, whatever the fuck.
Oh, like the prelude before the main story.
Yeah, and then the title appears. I'm like, oh shit! So this was just the
Yeah.
This is all just the start. Alright. I think I'm at the actual start of the game now.
Okay.
I'm only
And
like,
how long has that into
I'm only
the game?
like a couple hours in anyway.
Couple hours.
I don't know if it's me. Like, were there much shooting in those 5 hours or anything? No.
Not too much. Not as much as I would have hoped, but there are.
Okay, because I don't know if it's just me. These days, when there's like a really long moments where there's no action, I get bored. I don't know what it is.
Part of me was like, I don't want to get into this game probably, but what's going on? Like, I'm missing that information.
Yeah.
I don't want to be skipping like I did with Monster Hunter.
But that information is pointless. You don't need to.
exactly. But yeah, I think I'm finally at the actual point of the game where I'm actually doing shit.
Okay.
But this is the type of game as well where you actually want to follow the story. Not like Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
Because
kinda wanna
Monster
be
Hunter's
invested.
story doesn't really...
No, exactly. Like we
Yeah.
know about Monster Hunter story, innit? So yeah, that's gaming wise, and then anime wise, I actually tried to watch I Parrot Everything. I don't know where to watch that shit. Not on Crunchy.
Yeah, see, I didn't think
Not
about
on
that.
Disney.
I watched it on my websites because I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Oh, police!
I mean, if it's not anywhere else, what do you want me to do?
I don't know, man, but I'm legal and shit. But yeah, you
Well, it's not-
mentioned
it's
Go
not on
Loser,
Prime.
so I gotta go watch that.
It's not on Prime.
I don't know about Prime. I never checked Prime.
Fair.
Is anime on Prime?
I think there might be some. I don't know. I just threw that out there because like
Yeah, you
a
never
lot
know.
because a lot of the times like when there's something not on Disney or Netflix, or like it's always on Prime and you just have to buy it. Do you know what I mean?
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Apart from that, that's kind of been we watch. Why you, fam? You're not the only one. Apart from Monster Hunter.
Yeah, we played a bit of Monster Hunter. Yeah, that was pretty good. Apart from that, we played a bit of Baldur's Gate with Palm Deep, my boy.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. We're having fun.
Oh, we still need to play Monster Hunter with him as well.
Oh yeah, it's true. We do need to play with him. He hasn't been playing too much recently. But yeah, no, that would be good.
That would be a laugh.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
That'd be a laugh.
Facts.
But yeah, Baldur's Gate, that's been calm.
Right.
Another game I would be interested to get you into that eventually one day, actually. That was another one I was thinking about for a little
Oh yeah, okay.
Session.
What game is this?
Baldur's Gate. It's one that J. Cole talks about all the time.
Oh.
He loves that one.
Actually, yeah, that's not a bad shot.
It's a
you
very popular game, very good.
know.
But strategy, very strategical. Very tactical, lot of story. You got to really be invested in what's going on. And it's kind of long. Yeah, it's pretty long as well.
It's cross-platform as well, so
Yeah, they've added cross-platform now, but only between Xbox and PC. I don't think it's cross-platform for PlayStation. I'm not too sure on that one.
I'm gonna Google this really quickly.
Not too sure.
Check it out. Okay.
Could be a future thing. Who knows? It's good. It's fun. They did the final update, and yeah, they added a lot of new professions classes. So that's pretty good.
Oh, it just says. It says that you can play across all platforms.
Yeah, well, maybe us three will try one day. Who knows?
Yeah, we should try.
I don't think it'll be your type of game though.
See, whenever
it might be your game. Maybe not.
See, the thing is, I like games where your decision has a massive influence on the outcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. And when I say your decision, as in like part of the story is you have multiple different choices that you can make.
Yeah, you always have so many choices in this game.
Yeah,
but
so I like games like that.
I don't know if you like the combat and the systems.
What's the combat like?
It's literally
turn-based.
Yeah, turn-based. Yeah, it goes for each character. You move around in the zone, and then you use a spell or attack on a certain person.
I might
your turn, then it goes to someone else.
I might enjoy it if I'm playing with other people. Do you know what I mean? But if I was to maybe play it on my own, then yeah, I might not have enjoyed it. Whenever I hear Baldur's Gate, I always think of Dungeons and Dragons.
It's basically Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. It's just built into.
And I've always wanted to try Dungeons and Dragons.
It's literally that, but instead of you rolling dice, the game rolls dice for you on your actions. So if let's say you're doing a spell, it rolls a dice if your spell's gonna hit or miss, basically.
I'm with you.
Or if you're talking to someone, let's say I got really good. Hit my mic. Let's say I have really good charisma. And I'm talking to someone, they'll roll dice. My charisma points will give me extra advantage on the check.
Okay.
I'm with you,
and if I win it, then maybe something good will happen. If I lose it, maybe they'll try to kill me literally on the spot. Like, you're dying, nigga. Or you going to jail. Or they'll be like, oh, we'll let you go. Basically, it's like that.
Right.
And different people in your party can have different, like, charisma or maybe history, science or something like that, and then you have better benefits on better situations. So you kind of pick
as a group.
Yeah, you kind of pick who does what and who has what conversation for your benefits.
Right, I think we should play this. I genuinely think we should play this. You know,
as a team, it's sick. It's really sick.
But we got something else that we need to play together anyway. First of all, like that's the so we got to do that first. That's the main focus.
Yeah, we got
coming up.
Thanks.
But
what? So let's jump into the main event.
Let's go.
Main event. So the reason I brought this main event.
Remind us again what it is.
And the viewers out here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the main topic. Long game series, bruv. That's been about for time.
Okay. But there was a bit more to it, no? Like, it's not just about how long it's been. What was it that you told us?
They've been around for time, but how they've changed over time,
the better
or for the worse. Because we were talking about I say we. This guy mainly talking about Monster Hunter and how what makes Monster Hunter, and the goalpost keeps changing per game, so on and so forth. And I kind of got me thinking, like, what other games have had similar experiences, but maybe nothing bad? Or maybe bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to Monster Hunter though, because you're a veteran in this shit. How do you see like Monster Hunter changing over time? Better, worse, bit of both.
It's hard to say because.
Are we talking about Monster Hunter specifically here, or are we just talking?
I guess
games
just
this one, just to kick us off. But I'm hoping that you man got some games series in mind.
I've got a couple game series.
Nice.
We'll talk about Monster Hunter for a bit.
Definitely that I want to talk about that we've spoken a little bit about before.
Monster Hunter is a bit of a weird one because, like, even though the game is called Monster Hunter, it's not really like a survival, like, hunting simulator game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are some games who've done that more. I think Monster Hunter 2, those apparently had more mechanics around that. But going into other games, it's mostly about you making sets, you find monsters, you figure out the monster's weakness.
It's like looting, like a looter shooter in a sense.
I won't even say a looter shooter, because looter shooters mainly, you don't really need to really understand the monster that much. You just kind of go throughout the game and get new gear and just keep going. In this game,
But
you need to really
I'm not saying
understand.
it's exactly like that, but it's got like similar aspects to that, because like in a looter shooter, wouldn't like you'd go out, you'll gather materials in whatever way the game intends you to gather those materials, and then you would then go and make armor, weapons, whatever items you need.
Alright, yeah.
In that sense,
Yeah, okay, I was saying that's the in that
Yeah.
sense it's similar in that you're gaining armor, you're building your weapons and armor. You kind of set out knowing what you're hunting, knowing what you're trying to build, and hopefully have a know the monster's weakness, its strengths, and use its weakness against it, and maybe bring traps, bring stuff to prepare for the hunt. That was, I mean, at least for 3rd gen, 4th gen, big staple in those gens. Gone through that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
5th gen's a bit different when they started to bring in you being able to restock. You don't have to be as cautious about you being prepared beforehand. It's more like it's up to you really. If you forget something, you can handle it there. There's been a lot of quests. I mean, that infamous quest that we talk about, where we ran out of potions against the Hyper and Silver, Golden Rathalos, and Rathian. That was a bitch. And we ran out of pots, guys. It was so bad.
Everything.
We were just going on the map, literally trying to gather stuff because we had nothing. I was sending you my potions because we were trying to stay alive.
Yeah,
like,
bro, it was crazy.
It was crazy. Waiting for the extra supplies to come. Like,
did you run out of time in that hunt, or did you actually get it done?
No, we did it. We just had to
buy time for as much as we can to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And that's not an experience you can get really in the new gens because you can always restock. It's not.
It's true.
Now that type of situation is rare. You're not going to come into that as much. That particular situation.
No, that's true.
But you will get into situations where you do not bring something and it's going to punish you heavily.
Yeah.
Antidotes against poison monsters, energy drinks against people who sleep. In the newer games, it's not as prevalent. So that shifted a bit of the focus on preparing. That was the main thing for people. And now, I guess in the newer gen, the 6th gen now, the focus of knowing your target, being prepared for your target, and going out there is even shifted even more, as now things are so open, because it seems like they wanted it to be, I guess, more open, more areas for you to go to, gathering some stuff more in the wild as much as you want.
Yeah.
But there's no real sense of urgency of preparing anymore.
Oh, that is kind of gone out the window.
Yeah, I literally forget pretty much all the time to prepare because like you're just constantly out there anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
things aren't really, you don't really ever get punished that heavily for not bringing anything anyway. So it's pretty much fine. Like even you don't get punished for eating because you can eat wherever you want.
Yeah.
You can literally eat in front of Zoshia. I've done it so many times.
Yeah, no, bro, I've done that as well. I've actually done that as well. It's so stupid.
Eat in front of the biggest boss, which is cool. It's convenient, but it's like you don't have to prepare for it. You don't have to worry about it anymore because it doesn't.
You can just do it right there and then.
Yeah, there and then.
Which is, convenience is good, but it also takes away from a bit. So
it takes away from the experience that you've had before with the games in that sense.
It's really hard to explain because to some people it's like, yeah, this is good. I like the convenience, but the convenience also takes away from the factors of the struggle that you would have to go through because you didn't prepare.
Yeah.
Because if you die in the old games against a boss like Zoshia and you don't have an aging potion and you don't have, and you haven't eaten, or you haven't got the food, also called foodie, which allows you to keep your food if you die, you can just, this game, you can, let me just get a new max potion, fine. Good. Full health again.
Happy days, yeah.
In old game, no, you're struggling. Restart. Go back and restart.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
So the harder the hunts get, the more punishing it is for you not preparing. Now it's not really that. So it's definitely shifted how people feel about Monster now. Of literally go and find a monster and then going back and grinding and getting new armor and going back and that juggle between that dynamic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new things that maybe core Monster Hunter fans from the past, they don't care about all this brand new big maps. They don't care about all the new monsters shown in the map. They don't want to hunt all these random monsters.
Nah, they probably don't.
No, most people don't hunt random monsters.
Just in the map, just look at that. Let me just go and hunt it. No. There's hunt with purpose.
Yeah.
And our purpose is, and in our case, I guess, because you haven't played it as much, obviously, is we just want to fight the tough ones.
Fight the tough ones and also make gear.
Yeah.
For the tough ones. But
Yeah.
I guess in this game, it's unless like I was saying before, unless you're literally trying to play with other people, you can't always find the tough ones because they don't allow you to just pick tough quests. You have to have the tough quests and you got to find the tough quests. So you have to rest a lot to find the tough quests. So that old thing, like in Generations Ultimate, for example, if I want to fight EX Demon, I just pop the quest. Let me fight EX Demon.
Boom.
I'm just going to hunt demons because I like fighting demons. I don't want to fight a Cheshire level 5. Who cares about that?
I feel like they did that very well in Rise and Sunbreak.
Yeah,
well.
Rise and Sunbreak.
Yeah.
Normally, I mean, the level of leveling up is long.
Yeah.
Too long.
That is very long.
Yeah,
I can't lie. Yeah.
Once you get there, you can just hunt the hardest stuff. You don't have to worry about.
You could just
any
go
of it.
straight
Yeah,
into it and not have to
yeah.
stress
Grab
about
it,
it.
yeah.
How you get there? Fair enough. I don't think it was great, but once you're there.
But the thing is, though, like getting there, it wasn't unenjoyable. Like personally for me, I don't know how you felt.
I think that
about
can
it.
be subjective, but
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like I didn't feel like it was a task. Like it was just mundane. It felt like I have to do it, not because I want to do it.
Also because the anomaly system is it's literally grind built into it because you're leveling up your weapons, you're leveling up your armor. There's a progression around it.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose with investigations, there's no real progression.
No, it's just literally you're just hoping to get something good.
Yeah.
And that's
some
it.
monster.
Yeah.
But I guess to be honest, it's not too dissimilar from World. But I guess the problem is that people are figuring out it's so easy to get decorations now. Well, in World it was so hard. People would just fight tempers all day to get decorations. Now you get decorations like
Left, right, and
from the
center.
get-go.
Well, apart from me, who has the worst RNG in the
apart
world.
from you.
West.
Yeah. So people
what
don't
it
really
is.
have a need to hunt those tough monsters, which barely show up anyway. And when they do, they have no need to fight them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that's some people's problems in that particular
In that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? The only thing that I've seen Monster Hunter do right, in my opinion, and I do wonder whether you both agree with me on this.
Is
'cause
it Monster Hunter or do you mean the Pacific game?
No, like, well, Monster Hunter from like the older gen to
Okay.
let's say like 5th gen.
Okay.
Is the healing and how you do that, basically. That's the only thing that I can say that I think that they've done very well in the sense. It's what's the term that they use for it?
Artificial difficulty or
No.
Healing.
Or quality of life.
Quality of life. That's it.
Being able to move and heal at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Like because
I kind of got a little theory for that anyway.
because the thing is when you think about it, like if we try and make it something as realistic as possible, right? Our legs don't stop working if we go to try and drink something.
But
I mean, you're talking about a game where the weapons are the same size.
Of course, but that's why I gave you the prerequisite of trying to make it as realistic as
yeah,
possible.
but we can't say that only
Yeah.
about that one particular thing that you enjoy.
No,
Because there's
but
so
I'm-
many other things.
I'm
that
not saying
aren't
I'm not saying that I
trying to
enjoy it.
be
I'm just saying
realistic.
I feel like that's something that they've done right in the sense of, because you know the whole question here is whether like how they a long running series game and how they've improved
But
or
you
not
see-
improved on it.
What you just said there, yeah. My theory in the sense of why they're allowing you to walk around now while healing. Before 5th gen, like you just had different areas where you, like that's where the monster's gonna be.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
it will
yeah.
start
Yeah.
down to. So if you needed to heal, run out the area.
No, but the monsters still would follow you.
No,
No.
they don't.
That's what I'm
In
saying.
GU, I'm so sure. Yeah,
No.
This, you're so sure.
the 2 hunts that I did. Yeah,
You're
one of
so
them I
sure.
can remember.
Shibz, don't
Okay,
argue when it comes to
unless
G, no.
Okay, I
the
might be
monster was
wrong.
leaving that area anyway.
That might be it.
Yeah, it might be
That
the
might be it.
coincidence.
Then,
the monster's
yeah.
staying in that area, so you can
Okay.
just run out, drink your potion,
And then run back in.
and go back in there.
Okay.
In the 5th gen, you can be my witness for it. If you try to run away from them,
They
they're gonna
chase
come-
you. Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
the point of stopping to heal just
Wouldn't be fair.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
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 they
yeah.
had to somehow balance it out.
Yeah.
Plus, when you're running, like you're not running at full pelt. Like you slow
You
down.
slow it
for a
down.
run,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah. Well,
it's just
I mean,
that little
even then,
balance there.
even then, now there's workarounds to that even as well.
I mean,
like in Wilds,
still
for
drinking
example.
in 5th gen, it's not hard. Like
Yeah.
even in meditation, you can easily dodge them. Like
Because you can interrupt the
healing.
healing by just rolling in it as
Oh
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
interrupt healing by
You don't
rolling.
get the full health.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You
Yeah.
drink and then roll out. If you
Yeah.
But
want
then
to.
also as now, I can't remember if they did this in Rise and Sunbreak, but with the Sacrets here as well, like you literally just call them. If you want to move around faster while healing,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah,
ride
yeah.
them and
Yeah.
while you're healing.
Yeah.
You can do that with the doggos and Rise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
there you go. Yeah,
And I want to come back to what you were saying about the old games. That's true, you can do that, but there's a lot of arena quests that's not available.
Yeah, okay.
Those are the real fucking
Yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
imagine doing an EX monster that can one tap you and you cannot run away and you get
Man.
no supplies and there's nothing
know-
you can do.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
When we had to do Snow Baron and Neville Joe
Exactly.
in the same one arena.
Exactly.
I was like, nah, this is peak.
Bro, that is peakest of peakness.
Nah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, the old game was just hard. Let's put it that way.
No, it was. Like, I'm
Civilized.
sure they were a lot harder as well. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I'm gonna find
my-
out soon
from-
anyway.
Yeah,
From my
find out
point of view, the quality of life, like I'm just someone that likes convenience anyway. So
Yeah.
being able to walk while healing, that was great for me. Even picking up the fucking shinies on the floor, bro. Man,
Yeah, it's pretty long. It's
that
pretty
was. Oh,
See, I do like that we can that's a little bit more easier in this in Rise, which is all you gotta do.
Wilds?
Wild,
So
sorry, yeah.
You just get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. Just get
Nothing.
it.
It's just with you.
Oh, as in to pick them up. Oh, like as in.
little shines on
Oh,
the floor.
like while you're doing the
material on
hunt.
floor.
Yeah.
You need to pick up them all.
Yeah.
You just get them.
Yeah, you just.
Sorry, I thought you meant like if you're just running around and like trying to pick up materials.
But to be honest,
like that.
see, this is
that as well.
Yeah.
this is another thing though. In just getting them, it's lost a lot of the charm it had.
I agree
Because
with you
when
on
pick it
that.
on the ground, you get be like, I got oh
Yeah.
Now
true.
it's just on the side. You don't notice that.
Yeah,
no,
I genuinely
you just
that's
dismiss it, innit?
yeah,
If you got it.
I was gonna bring that up, but like it doesn't feel like you're getting those rewards. It just because I'll be real with you, when I'm in a hunt, right? Yeah, I'm not paying attention to what it's saying on the side there.
It's just there,
It's
innit?
just there.
No. So that's the small things. Quality of life, yes, but what it's taken away.
Yeah.
Taken
I'd
away.
much,
That-
I'd
that
much,
there,
I'd
yeah,
much,
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
much
You
You know when
rather.
you're picking up that,
Yeah.
I'd much
you
rather,
say
yeah.
people are like the best guy in the
Bro.
world. That 3% chance you pick up
Oh
a
yeah.
fake.
Yeah.
Greatness.
I'd
No,
much
it's
rather,
true.
I'd much
It's
rather
true.
pick up those materials like that if I could.
Yeah.
Like I would have kept that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it is way more convenient it being there
Yeah,
because you don't have to think
100%.
about picking it up and that. But that feeling you get,
Feeling,
the
yeah, that
experience,
feeling is fair.
100%.
It makes you feel, and
Yeah.
it just makes. I guess if you want to do realism, it makes sense that it's dropped on the floor. Who's picking up for you?
Yeah,
That's facts.
Yeah.
Toro,
fact.
Toro, the Palico.
No, but
That's my Toro.
come on.
Yeah.
That's my name.
I leave my Palico at home. Who's picking
yeah.
up for me?
Oh yeah,
It's still
that's
being
true.
picked up. but
That's true.
The game hasn't explained it. I don't know who's doing it.
Yeah.
Facts.
So
Facts.
I don't know. But that's that's
Yeah,
what I got
no.
to say about Monster now.
No,
Yeah,
that's
so,
fair.
I mean,
That's fair.
yeah.
If it's for the better, for worse, who knows? Like some people it's for the better, for some people it's for the worse, and some
Yeah.
people they wouldn't have known what Monster Hunter was if they didn't change it. Like
Yeah.
Shibz probably wouldn't have played Monster Hunter. If they
I probably
didn't
wouldn't
change
have.
it.
Yeah,
no, true.
100%.
I feel like for maybe the core audience who were there from maybe the first two
Gens
third
onwards.
race,
But I think,
yeah,
I think,
they might not be, they even might not be. They're probably not happy with all the changes.
Mm.
But like I said, someone like myself, I came fourth gen. Some of these conveniences, I'm liking some of the conveniences, but other things that take
Yeah.
away.
I
From
think
it.
the thing is as well, like Rise, not Rise, sorry, Wilds had such an impact on older members of the player base that like not a lot of people have liked it in that sense.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of old people, nothing just from third gen, second gen, first gen. Fourth gen is really, yeah, they're really not vibing with it.
Yeah,
Well,
but tell me this,
hard
because
for
you.
them. They got GU.
But
Yeah,
tell me this, like, because I think you'll know. Oh well, even I think you definitely know better than us two will. Is let's say fourth gen and back, like people that played their first Monster Hunter game being fourth gen or before that,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm sure they either fall in the boat of they like World and didn't like Rise, or like Rise. They might have liked World, but they liked Rise more. Like in that
think-
sense, though, then would you not have said
world,
that
world is like
such a massive
it's,
step?
It's a leap.
Yeah.
It's not even
The
like
thing
a
is,
step.
yeah, world is a bigger leap than some people think it is. Like, I know some people they accept it. I'm not saying they shouldn't accept it, but for me, cause when I look at it, because I know some old heads, they still enjoy world, but they don't enjoy wilds. And to me, I'm like, world didn't do that much. World did a lot of stuff different, like wilds is doing as well.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, they're not that different in how much they change things. It's just
Right.
you're willing more to accept world's changes than wilds changes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it.
Yeah. But in general, to answer your question, Shibs, most of them have enjoyed Rise. Not how base Rise was released, because you couldn't fight the monster, All-Mother at the start,
Yeah.
and all these issues. And there was no in-game in Rise. But they love Sunbreak. They absolutely love
'cause
Sunbreak.
I think
'Cause
Sunbreak
it's just,
fixed
it's just
it.
Monster
Up to
Hunter.
Yeah.
It's just Monster Hunter, but
to,
to
yeah.
the nth degree.
Yeah.
So they accept that. They love it really a lot. They like World, but they do prefer 4U. They prefer GU. They prefer the old games in general.
Yeah.
But they do accept some of the quality of life. But they feel, a lot of them do say they feel like Wilds went too far. I already think it already started with World anyway. It just depends on if you accept it or not.
Also, one final thing before we move on. Like the one thing that I do really like that they've done in Wilds, although I don't think they've utilized it very well, is the skill split. Like,
Oh, what for the farmers and
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's just nonsense.
I
Honestly.
can't lie.
I don't mind it. Like, I
What sunbreak
ruined
the
it.
skills?
Yeah,
Because I didn't really go into world too much, right? So my previous understandings of like skills and everything,
Okay.
you with skills, fucking strict, bruv.
Yeah.
Compared to Rise, you could be almost godlike if you get the right fucking skills decoration.
Yeah.
In GU, like, man,
In
gotta
world,
the level before you even get the skill.
Yeah.
in world, it was pretty much like what it was in Rise.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think it wasn't as broken, I guess.
Yeah, you don't get as many skills in world
Yeah.
until Fatalis.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Where until you you defeat Fatalis and you have Fatalis's armor, like then that's when it gets a little bit broken because
Yeah.
Fatalis's armor has a armor set skill where it basically adds 2 levels. I think it's 2 levels
I don't know.
onto all your
What all the
Common
skills you already have?
skills.
all
Yeah.
the skills that you have maxed out.
Okay, that's a bit mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
like
quite a
for
lot.
example, like
Definitely.
with artillery, you can only have like 3 levels of that, right? Yeah. You'll get 5.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty strong. It invalidated all the other armor.
Yeah.
In Rise, they did less of that. Like, a lot of armor is still useful end game. Apart from maybe when you start to get to the Risen armor and stuff like that, that's when it gets a lot stronger.
Yeah.
But I think that's like, I mean, I don't think it's like that much stronger. It's just a bit stronger.
In Sunbreak, it was sort of like an opposite to what they did in World, in the sense that you could still get a lot of skills in World, right? But you're obviously limited to whatever they can give you, and then like how many of those skills levels you can add on, unless you max them out. But in Rise and Sunbreak, it's like the other way around in the sense that you can add a shit ton of skills, right? With the with where you do the anomaly stuff and changing.
Yeah. Even
add
before
it.
that, you get loads of
Yeah,
skills.
yeah,
before that.
Yeah. But like
Even
that added
before,
it on
yeah.
even more so.
Yeah, that made it
Yeah.
even more crazy.
Yeah. But then you don't get those extra levels or whatever. It's like that. That's how I sort of seen it.
From the just from the Fatalis thing. Or
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another thing I wanted to ask you. On what, like decorations? Could you create your own decorations?
In world,
No.
nah. In
That's
world,
what makes Rise fucking stupid, bro.
yeah.
And that's when you guys were talking about the anomalies. Like a lot of the higher level jewels get only through the anomaly.
Yeah,
quest,
but
the material for it.
I mean, you can. So I think you can. You
really-
can make decorations in world, but
Oh yeah, you can.
You
But
can.
only Pacific ones, not
yeah,
many, not the good
and
ones.
it's the same. And it's
This
the
is what
same.
I mean.
in,
Like Rise, you can
No, it's-
tailor.
It's the same in Rise. Well, in Sunbreak more so because you can't get those super strong decorations. You can only.
Like
Well, you can get them, but it's
Yeah, but-
RNG. It's RNG. It's not like you can just craft it and get that exact one. There is RNG.
no,
in it.
no.
Decorations,
You
yeah.
guys are mixing up decorations.
I'm
And
not talking about
crafting.
talisman.
Oh,
I'm not
I think
talking crafting. Yeah, I'm
oh,
talking about
right,
just
right,
decorations.
right,
Full
yeah,
stop.
Yeah.
You can go how crazy you can make these builds, bruv.
Yeah, because you can just craft
But-
them, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's fine that way. It makes sense for months and all.
I
That's
love
what's been
I
people
love
crafting decorations.
But
yeah.
like, but I don't think you could get the.
It's the talisman. Talismans are random in
Yeah,
in
no,
Rise,
but what
but
I'm
in
saying
World
is-
you make the talismans.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is in Sunbreak, like making the decorations, like you can't get like the super strong ones.
No,
in
you
that
can
sense.
make every single decoration in that game.
Oh,
You're talking
that's what
about
I'm thinking.
Cure
I'm trying to
crafting.
remember. I'm just trying to remember. Oh, I think that's what I'm thinking.
Cure crafting
Cure
is
crafting,
random,
I
but
know.
that's something different.
That's
yeah,
different. Yeah,
But
yeah.
even
I'm not
then,
talking about that.
there's still trade-offs in
Yeah,
Cure
yeah.
crafting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. That's
So-
true. But no, that's one thing I loved
Yeah.
about Rise, man. Like I'll just be making them.
There's a lot more customization, definitely.
We're
in there.
sidetracking because the original thing was about wild you're asking, and the skill system in this game as the last thing before we move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was
And I
me.
think it's
That was-
very arbitrary. I think I said this before. Like they were talking about weapons, skills related to weapons will be on the weapons itself. So let's say artillery for gun lance and charge blade, for I guess guard for lance, switch axe for focus,
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But the one that helps you switch, guys, you can do
Oh,
it.
rapid
morph.
Rapid morph, that's it. But it's not the case because you have things like attack on the weapon, you have things like crit on the weapon, elemental attacks on the weapons, but then you have weakness exploit on the armor,
Yeah.
and then burst on armor. So it's like, who decided what to go on what? It's obviously
Yeah.
not just weapons. It's based on however they feel like they want to do it.
Can I be
Yeah,
honest?
they probably had 2 bins, and whoever
specifically
makes the shot.
Yeah,
Specifically, you saying that, I just feel like they so that you can't make, again, like broken builds.
But you can.
You can. I'm not saying that you can't, but okay, super broken builds.
I don't know. I think you still can. Like,
But what?
it's-
Hear me out.
it's-
Wait.
okay,
Let me.
okay, I'll let you
What I'm
finish
saying. What I'm saying is like, you know how you just mentioned there. Why is like attack and crit eye on the weapons, but then weakness exploit and burst on the armor? Like, I feel like they did that because otherwise you could just put, again, it would just go back to it basically being this super broken builds that you can make where you can just have maxed out attack, maxed out crit eye, all of that shit. That's why they've moved attack and crit eye. And I'm not saying that that's why they've done that, but it just seems like that's why they moved like the attack and the crit eye skills and crit boost over to the weapon side instead. Because obviously with the weapon side, the weapons have limited decoration slots compared in the sense like if it's a weapon skill that you're gonna put, you can only put so many weapon skills because you might have only like 1 or 2 slots. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. What I'm gonna say, if they really wanted to do that, all of those attack-based skills on your armor would be on your weapons then, because then you have to fight for those only in your weapons.
Yeah.
Or they will take attack on all of those and put them on your armor.
That's
So you have
exactly
to
what I
fight
was
against
saying.
that attack and weakness exploit, but they haven't done that because they still want you to boost your attack as much as they want. So it doesn't matter. It's still the same. It's just in a different way. That's literally it. Now, I'm theorizing. I have no proof of this, but what I imagine is they realize there's not that many skills related to weapons. For Lance, you have guard up. If it's only 2 decorations on your weapon, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah.
So they needed to
Okay.
add attack element, all this stuff to weapon. Otherwise, there's nothing they could do.
Okay, I
But
see
then
what you're saying.
In
Yeah.
the end, it turns into the same thing because you just all the attack stuff there and then all the attack stuff there. That's literally it. Am I wrong?
No,
all the armor that's the best. Burst, weakness exploit, flare back in the day before all the issues with that.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about recovery. You're not thinking about all this other stuff. No.
Nah.
That's what we were thinking it is. Stamina, recovery, all this utility stuff on the armor, but that's not the case.
No.
It's not the case.
You very
No,
like.
true.
I think the only sort of utility skills that you can use for all builds, like regardless of which weapon, is maybe evade extender and evade window. Apart from those 2 skills, like I don't see any other skills sort of that are used across the board for all weapons. Do you know what I mean?
They're only ever used if you have like a level 1 slot, which they're never attack based for a reason. Because they want you to slot in the extra random ones.
so
Because
maybe-
if
maybe-
they're not,
yeah.
people won't do it.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
also why there's no level 3. Have you noticed on armor? There's only level. There's no variance in decorations. There's only one level. If it's level 1, there's no level 2 version. There's no level 3 version at all.
What do you mean?
If it's a recovery skill, there's only the level 1 recovery skill. You don't have a 2
yeah.
decoration.
Oh,
No, but
three.
some of them do though.
No, they don't.
Oh, in terms of do you mean I'm thinking of all decorations,
the
but you're talking
decorations-
specifically about utility skills.
The armor,
Yeah.
they don't have variations. They only have one.
Okay.
The reason they only have one, because imagine you're fighting recovery 3 with weakness exploit or burst. No one's gonna pick recovery 3.
Oh yeah,
They're not gonna do that, and they know that. That's
yeah.
why they didn't do it.
Yeah. But funny you say that because when Zoshir came out, there was a build at the time, and I think a lot of people still do use this build because it does bring a lot more comfort into your builds where they can still be fairly strong and give you a bit more utilities, and it's actually using recovery up.
Yeah.
Because Zoshir's armor set has a specific skill where it's like super recovery. I think it
Helps you
used to be
recover.
called in previous games,
Yeah.
where like basically, you know, your health bar. If you have this skill, your health, I think, recovers naturally only up until if you have a bit of red or whatever it may be, it will stop at that red, basically, right? But with this skill, it allows you to recover past the red.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what other skills does it give?
What the?
The armor.
No, I think
Because
that's.
if it was just recovery, no one would run it.
Funnily enough, people do run it though. That's the thing.
But it's not just recovery though.
I'm trying to remember. There's.
It gets offensive stuff as well.
I'm gonna have to look this up because there is another thing that I think if you run any of the Guardian armor pieces, is that it there's a specific there's a specific skill that you get when you're hunting in Wyveria, in where the
that one that gives you that unique skill.
Yeah.
Okay. Unique skills.
So you get agitator, you get counter strike, you get elemental absorption.
Oh, you're just talking. Okay. So you were talking about like the skills that just come with the armor.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I couldn't tell you that because I don't know them off the top of my head.
People want the agitator. I'm telling you, people want the agitator. Why? It's an offensive skill.
Yeah.
You create an attack.
Yeah.
It's not just the recovery speed.
No. Yeah. 100%.
And so it just feeds into more.
Right, yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were trying to ask me there.
This system will. I'm pretty sure they realize as well. This system will only work when the expansion comes out because then there's enough skills that they'll add in because of all the other armors to make up for the fact there's not enough skills.
Yeah.
Because imagine it was just like I was saying. If it was just on the weapons, if it was just defense, weapon-based stuff, they wouldn't have enough. But let's say it was the other way, where all the offensive stuff, literally, even the attack ones were all in the weapons. On the armor, all the armor would have the same skills, and people are already saying all the armor already have the same skills.
Yeah.
So it'll just be even more. So it's not going to work until the expansion comes, and they're like, okay, now we have enough skills to make every armor fully unique. Because when I'm looking at the skills, there's so many of the same skills in every single armor.
Yeah. I agree with you on that
one.
The big one being obviously the Gore armor set because that's still like in meta right now. Like
whatever has offense is king.
Yeah.
And there's so many armors that don't and just have random skills that no one cares about. Stamina skills and so many armors have that. And it's just like
I agree with you on that.
So it's interesting.
I did wish that this split that they basically put was gonna
fix it. Yeah. I thought it was sick. I was all on it.
Yeah,
right now.
same.
At first, until you
until you actually get your hands on it and experience what it's like.
Digging in.
Yeah. Like it is a little bit sad. I can't lie in that sense because I was hoping that I would be able to use more sort of utility skills. And I'm not saying that I can't use them because it's there for me to use if I want to. But then it makes you feel like, why am I doing this when I can literally finish this monster off a lot quicker with better skills that will actually allow me to go and finish the monster off quicker. Like for example, I was it this morning or the other day? I think I might have told. I told T this where literally I was hunting Arkveld. I did it in like 5 minutes. And if and this is with a meta build, right? Yeah, I don't think it's the meta build. It might be the meta build from like a couple patches ago or something like that. So because I haven't updated my Charge Blade builds in that sense, but literally, bro.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Pretty good.
Yeah, for a tempered Arcveld, 5-star, all of that. Apparently, that is what the speed. It's around that. Yeah, for speedrunners. But and in my head, I was just thinking, if I did like a actual comfort build that I would like to use, bro, I'd still be here hunting this thing.
And think of it, all of the utility skills that you'd even add on, there's gonna be level 1 ones because you have extra 1 slots. That's literally
it. They're just there and to fill up.
Yeah, no. Imagine level 3 recovery. No one's gonna want level 3 recovery. Why would you want level 3 recovery over burst? No one's doing that.
No, 100%.
No one.
But funnily enough, I've got recovery up in my
level 1.
No, it's at 3. Oh. It's maxed out.
No, but you got level 1 decorations. I'm saying.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're not running that.
No. No. If I had to pick out, yeah. But I mean, I am running 3 levels of it. I'm running 3 levels of the skill.
Yeah, because the decorations 1.
Yeah.
If the decorations are only 3 against burst, against Really's exploit.
Well, in a sense,
counter attack.
No, but I mean. So, funnily enough,
are you doing that though?
No. Yeah, but what I was gonna say is though, like, funnily enough, is obviously in this game, burst requires a level 3 slot in it. For 1 level and everything. But if I had multiple level 3 slots, burst is only good up to a certain extent on the levels of how many obviously you're gonna use. Like, a lot of people will say you're better off just running 1 level of burst, depending on what weapon you're using and everything as well. You're better off just running 1 level of burst and maybe like max out the agitator instead or something like that.
Another attack skill.
Sorry.
Another attack skill.
Yeah, I know, right? No, I'm not going against you. I'm not going against you.
Man has added extra to your point.
I'm going with you on this. I've not been disagreeing with you at any point.
In that sense,
I've not been disagreeing with you at all on this. I hate the fact that the way they portrayed how the skill system was going to be, like, we would be able to use more utility skills, but we just haven't. But then again, like meta is always going to be more offensive focused than utility focused, though. That's the thing.
Because the game's balance allows it.
Yeah,
And they allowed it by having those attack ones on the armor. If it wasn't there, you have no option.
That's
But
true.
they're not going to do that.
No. But I think
it's not crafted that
then
way.
like a lot of people would complain about that. Then though, that's the thing.
Yeah, that'll be the next complaint.
Yeah, that would be that would have been the complaint instead
Yeah.
of what we're talking about now.
Yeah, facts.
But they need to. That's why balance has gotten. That's why it comes back to the old games. It was easier for them to balance in the old games in that sense, because it was so restricted that you had to be clear on what you wanted for your armor. And in the new gen, I think they're struggling. We've gone through what 3 games, 2 expansions, and they still not really understand how to do it.
Hasn't got the sweet spot.
Yeah.
No,
at
so they're struggling.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
I
moving
say
on
we
from
move on from Monster Hunter.
yeah, 100%. Me too.
If you're good
We
at that.
spoke about it
Yeah.
a lot.
Phil.
Yeah.
So what's the game you want to mention first?
I want to hear you, man, first.
Do you want to go?
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, I mean, this one's an interesting one. I had 2, but I think I'll talk about this one because you guys could talk about this more as well. Smash, actually.
Okay.
Like,
Super Smash.
the reason this is interesting because it doesn't fall into that typical. They've done something and it's like ruined it, or maybe they've done something made it better. Is that particular games were better or worse to certain people depending on how you saw it. For the competitive scene, the second one, Super Smash Bros. Melee, was better than anything after that. But then for, I guess, casuals, or maybe for us, we enjoy Smash 5, Smash Ultimate the most,
Ultimate
over all of the rest.
Yeah.
And then there's some people still play 64, some people still play Brawl for some reason.
For some reason, I was
Yeah,
just
so
about
it's
to throw
like-
that out there.
Oh, God damn.
So it's like, because each game is still fundamental, it's the same game.
Yeah,
But it's fundamentally different in how the game plays because fighting games are very specific.
Yeah,
That is
because
true.
they always
That's true.
are gonna follow a certain specific way the game's gonna feel, I guess, for better words. You know what I mean?
But the very small particulars can change how people feel about it overall, how they even play the game.
I guess in the sense for fighting games, definitely because of the fact that, like, as you said, it's always gonna have that similar blueprint
Yeah.
for all of their iterations of the game.
But one change can literally break
Make it feel, yeah.
And one of the things they did in Brawl to really break, because Sakurai was very clear, he didn't want a competitive scene. He didn't want it.
Oh, he didn't.
No,
It
that's
was,
why.
it was by accident.
What, from the start?
Okay, no, yes, Melee was an accident. That was a mistake.
Oh, there you go.
That was a mistake. And then the Brawl, he specifically didn't want that to happen. That's why he added in
The slipping and all of that shit.
He wanted people to trip because people were like going everywhere doing all this stuff. He didn't like that. He wanted a slower game, which is why Brawl is the way
Brawl
it is.
is quite slow when I think about the other.
Much slower.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to all of the games, it's a lot slower now.
Yeah, but I think Ultimate is quite fast.
I think
Yeah,
for-
it is.
I thought like Smash Bros. Wii U, like the Smash 4, I thought that was quite slow.
Yeah, that is slow.
Yeah.
But Smash 5.
Oh yeah,
Ultimate,
Smash 5 is
Ultimate
much
faster.
really fast.
It's much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Compared
yeah,
to 4 and Brawl, it's definitely a lot
Yeah.
faster. And Melee being probably the fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting thing, similar to Monster Hunter, but in a different way, where depending on the game, it kind of like garnered its own fans. Like people stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in Monster Hunter, like people are sticking either old gen, maybe newer gen, but not newest gen. Now the newest gen. While in Smash, it's more like Melee or Smash 5, basically, or Melee or whatever's new.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the two. There's no
You
like,
know,
in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
So
quite interesting.
to be fair, you saying that, it literally makes it sound like Melee is the variation, because deviant, sorry, because if it's the latest one, obviously after Melee you got Brawl in it.
Yeah, bro.
That's all you know.
Yeah.
Right. So you're comparing it to the previous game. Next game that will come would be Smash 4.
So you're going with this, yeah.
So in that sense, Sakurai, as you mentioned, Sakurai has already taken out that competitiveness from the game. So if you want competitiveness, you got to stay with this game.
Yeah.
Anything afterwards ain't going to be competitive. So in that sense, it does kind of sound like what you're saying is, as time goes on, Smash keeps improving, huh?
To some people, it won't. Yeah, it is improving. Yeah, 100%. To some people, it's definitely improving. To
Minus
some others,
the competitiveness, of course.
yeah. I think it's
But
mainly
in
the
that sense-
competitiveness. Like apart from competitiveness, I don't think any of those people would say the new games are becoming worse.
Yeah,
It's just they're not as competitive.
As
Yeah.
that particular
But
one, innit?
if competitiveness is what you care about in a fighting game, then objectively it is worse.
In that sense, yeah. But if we kind of think about it going back to Monster Hunter, the core of the game, like Smash, keeping to its core. Obviously, the only thing that we're tweaking is the competitiveness. But the creator is telling you, like, I don't want this in this game. I don't see this in my vision. Right? He's took it out already. Like, as time goes on, this game is actually improving. No? Yeah, maybe.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That's why this is an interesting one and a tricky one.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. Because if I'm just here for the competitiveness, like, I won't even be on Smash 5. I'll be there merely doing the maddest things that everyone else is doing, innit?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But if I'm just graphics, newest, latest, what's out right now? I'm on that Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Or Smash 6 when it comes. It should be sick. But no, you're right. I guess in that sense, yes, Melee is the deviant. And it's not as intended. But, I mean, regardless, even if that's the facts, guys, people like it, so they can play it.
Yeah, no, true.
It's just that Smash is going in a different direction. If you don't like the direction, hopefully one of the other games has you.
Yeah.
It sits with you. Yeah.
That even crossed my mind, bro.
I'll be real with you. I was not expecting you to say Smash. If I'm completely honest.
Same. But no, that's a good one. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Shibz? Shizzy?
It's a game franchise I hold near and dear to my heart. Who am I gonna say? Go on, tell me.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Gotta catch them all. Catch the hose.
Catch the hose.
Got it.
Like, what do I say? What do I even say about him that hasn't upset me in the recent years?
Yeah, no, it's true, bro. Because Pokemon was been around from
bro, so old. So old. Probably the most, one of, if not the most well-known IPs in the gaming industry.
Yeah, facts.
Well, not just in the gaming industry, just in the world, bro.
Yeah,
biggest everyone and your mom and your dad and your grandmom will know Pokemon, bro. Like, they'll know Pikachu. They'll know who Pikachu is, bro. They might not be calling Pikachu, or they might be calling Charmander Pikachu, but
Yellow Hat.
Yeah, they know who they are. They know who it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True.
The first Pokemon game was 1996.
There you go.
Red and green.
Bro, that's 2 years. 2 years after we were born.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
2 years.
So,
three in my case, but
sorry?
3 in my case.
Yeah, it's pretty much 2, bro. You were right at the end of the year, so don't try to do it like that. Don't try that. Let's try that.
Can't let them know.
You're right at the end.
Sorry, continue. My bad.
You know what's funny when you said Pokemon? Because I was thinking about Pokemon. The thing that I thought was interesting about Pokemon is that they weren't trying to switch up.
No, that's
people were telling them.
That's exactly what.
Switch up.
You know how I said to you, like, I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball with it. This is where it is.
Okay.
So, like, it's more so that everyone and their mum have been telling fucking the Pokemon company, and then, well, it's mainly Pokemon company, that you need to fix your shit. Because, like, the main core of the game is, and again, this is how we're going back to, like, what we were saying about the Smash. Like, the main core of the game has not changed, right? But they improved on it. But in Pokemon, they haven't done that. They've just literally kept to the same thing. And people still go back to it. Because for older fans, it's the nostalgia. And then for the newer fans, obviously, it's just a new game for them. So, like, they're garnering in more fans.
It's also a bit more than that. I remember a boy, Alessio, one of the things he said, there was something, because there's another Pokemon game like Temtem and all these other Pokemon games. They just never really grappled him as much as Pokemon.
What do you mean? Sorry, Temtem.
Yeah, Temtem is like another little game where you can play with like little mons and hunt stuff and capture stuff. It's like similar.
It's like a game, okay. It's like
all these other games. All these other Pokemon-like games, they just don't capture him as much.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of the old people who have this nostalgia, it's just like Pokemon. Maybe I don't know what it is. 'Cause I don't really play Pokemon, guys, but there's something about it that grapples them.
100%.
I don't know what it is.
Because
even though they don't agree and they don't like the changes, there's still something there.
Yeah, because look, deep even like this, bro. Yeah, like you, especially you know how much I hate turn-based games.
Wait, you like Pokemon though?
But I love Pokemon, bro. And it's a turn-based game.
Maybe that shows how much you're a hypocrite, but I don't know. That's a bigger discussion, guys.
All right. Anyway. Anyway, like it's just I don't know what it is. Like a lot of turn-based games have never hooked me, but like
but
Pokemon just
yeah.
has been able to do that. I don't know whether it's because I started playing it from a young age or what it is, but like you'd think I would appreciate turn-based games more as I grew older if I like Pokemon in that sense. But yeah, no, like now what fans are just wanting is like. Now, it's not even. Do you know what's crazy? It's not. I'm deep in it now. It's not even a change in the blueprint of the game. Like we're not asking for like anything. Oh, give us a new mechanic, or give us this, or give us that.
Nah. I remember, the minute the Switch came onto the show, right?
Yeah.
Everyone thought, all right, Pokemon is coming. The next main line is gonna be on the Switch. We finally gonna get 3D walking around, catching basically Legends in a way, right?
Yeah.
And then what did we get?
Nothing.
Well, at first we got fucking
Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah. And then after that we got fucking Sword and Shield, no?
Shield, yeah, got it right.
And everyone's like, yo, this is the same shit. We're not even doing the shit that we were hoping to do.
And it looks like garbage.
Yeah, it still looks shit, but why are we getting it shit on the Switch?
Yeah.
Like,
No, but
this is pushing.
That's what I was gonna
peak.
say. You're basically saying what I was about to say as well, which is that we're not asking for a change in the mechanics of the game, as in like, you know how Pokemon is in terms of the game. Okay,
yeah.
What we want is just an update on how the game looks, how it runs on these systems that are going to be able to handle the way the game looks. Because the Switch would have been able to handle it. I know it wasn't the greatest with Sword and Shield, but fucking Legends showed us the potential that it could have been. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I mean, I think I'm an outsider.
Yeah.
But from examining, I can imagine Pokemon fans would be fine if it was the same blueprint from the old games, just HD.
Yes.
Literally that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all
They
we
never
want.
had that before. Like,
Nah.
it's the first time.
Nah.
For real.
So even though it was nothing grand, that's what they needed.
Nah.
Yeah.
Can I and
Kept a lot of people
a lot of
happy, bro.
Pokemon fans might and probably will disagree with me on this here, right? But I downloaded the remake. I played the remake of Diamond and Pearl because Gen 4 was one of my favorite generations that I played. And although, right, it isn't the open world and things that we were hoping to have got in a sense, right? I still like the fact that they upgraded the actual game to like a HD resolution and things like that. It was slight differences that you can see in the graphics as well and things like that, right? But still, it wasn't enough. Don't get me wrong. I'm not accepting the game. I'm not accepting it, but I enjoyed the game enough but it goes back to how I was saying to you about it's because of the nostalgia that it allowed me to enjoy the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
But like Legends, when that came out, bro, Legends Arceus, when that came out, there was a bit of hope for me there.
Yeah.
There was definitely a bit of hope for me there.
I mean, from what I've learned, people were just hopeful that it seemed like Pokemon Company will put more effort into their game finally. That's what people liked.
Because when
that's what we were hoping for.
Do you know, back, I can't remember how many generations ago it was, right, there was one thing that they did right and a lot of people loved it, and then they took it away and people were like, what the fuck? And they tried to replace it with other gimmicks, right? And it just hasn't worked, and people have been calling for this to come back, and they're finally bringing it back in this new Pokemon game that's going to come out, which is Mega Evolutions.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Because Mega Evolutions was one of the most closest to perfect, because everyone's going to always have their opinions on whether it's good or bad or not, right?
Yeah.
But majority of the fans, I'm sure, have said that Mega Evolution was one of the more unique gimmicks that they put in to the game that worked. And and this is from the competitive side of the game that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because like with Mega Evolution, right? For a mon to Mega Evolve, it needs to hold an item, right? To evolve it to this Mega Evolution, right? But you then turn into this super strong mon, but then the downside to it is, unlike your other mons, it's not going to have a hold item. So it's not going to have that extra support from the hold item that you would have it, because the item it's holding is the Mega Stone.
Yeah.
To be able to evolve and things like that. And then 2, right? You can only have one mon Mega Evolve per battle.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like you can have all your mons hold a Mega Evolution stone, right? but only one of them is going to turn in the battle. Like, you're not going to be able to have all of them turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, they found a way of giving you this destructive force, but then balancing it at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they took it away, and then they brought us all these other sort of similar mega evolution type things like G Max and terrestrialization and things like that, right? Like, I'll be honest with you, terrestrialization, I think they did fairly well there in that sense. Like, I'm not gonna knock that, right? Genuinely.
Wait, what happens with that shit?
So,
Like,
well, G Max is just literally you become fucking huge.
Oh, yeah,
Like, you must
I've seen
remember about that.
in
Yeah. And terrestrialization is and this is from the Scarlet and Violet.
Okay.
Where basically your mon can, and this is not even with a held item, like all your mons can do this.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, because you can still hold a held item as well.
Right.
Is basically one of your mons, again, it's only one per battle, right, can change its ability typing. But it only becomes one singular typing. So if a mon is 2 types and it terrestrializes, it's only going to be one singular type. And you can choose what type you want to turn it into, obviously, pre-battle.
Oh, in that sense.
Yeah. Like, you don't choose in the battle. You have to have it preset. So, let's say, for example, Charizard, like, you can turn it into a water type to help it negate the weakness it has of water and rock. And
so overall, what you're saying is that they've been adding new things, but it's just not the
not
same.
all of them have been worked as well as Mega Evolution. Like, terrestrialization, I would say, is the closest to it.
Well, 2 things I'll say before we might move on is that I've heard that sometimes a lot of these Nintendo as a company and these companies who work closely with them, they don't really pay attention to the outside world, like what other developers are doing. So while in their world they're thinking they're doing amazing new stuff, grand stuff, well, it's like we've seen so many franchises do all this stuff. You guys aren't doing much.
They're doing that,
so they need
special.
Yes, but they think they're doing the greatest, and I think that might be one of the things here. Pokemon, they thought they were doing great, but obviously they're not, and the sales making them think they're doing great.
Yeah.
But they're not.
It's nostalgia.
The thing is, the thing I think in that sense though is because of the fact that, 1, because of nostalgia, but then 2, because it's such a huge brand, bro. Like, they're always
it's gonna get sales.
They're always gonna get new people coming in. So like that's why they don't care whether it flops or not in this, unless it flops so much where they don't sell. They're not gonna stress too much.
And that's why I move on to my next one. I want to say, so the first side thing, I think they definitely paid more attention after Scarlet and Violet. The backlash that happened in that game, and the fact it sold a lot less than Sword and Shield. They actually took a gap last year. They didn't release a Pokemon game. That's the first time in about 10 years.
Fucking hell.
They release a Pokemon game every year, and then DLC as well. They stopped last year. It was nothing.
Because they put out.
That makes sense, because it was terrible.
Bro,
I can't remember when they released DLC for Scarlet and Violet, because they did release. Oh, okay, yeah.
2024, there was nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing. Yes, you could say they're waiting for the Switch 2, but this game's also coming out
on the Switch 1. Yeah.
So they were like, nah, let's just cook a bit. And also, I think when it comes to why the games ran so garbage, is because they weren't ready. A lot of these Nintendo publishers, they weren't ready for HD. They've been doing 3DS for the past and portables forever. They've never done console like that. So if they come to console, they're like, oh shit, what do we do?
They're noobs.
We don't have the talent. So now Nintendo have invested, I think, loads of money in talent. So I think maybe Pokemon Company has more talent now. I don't know if we're going to see it in this game, ZA. Maybe won't. Maybe the next one.
Do you know the crazy thing is, though, is although there were some performance issues with Legends Arceus, right, I think overall they did a really good job with that. Like, genuinely. Like, genuinely, like, a lot of people were liking that. When I played that game, right, when I was playing it, at one point, I can't remember how far into the game I was and whatnot, right? But I just remember, like, saying to myself, this is the first time in a long time where, like, I've played a Pokemon game, I've enjoyed it, it feels like every Pokemon game I've played, but at the same time, it also feels fresh and new.
Brand new.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it did genuinely feel like that. So yeah, like,
hopefully they do one arc in Legends ZA. Maybe in the future. I'm just
the only thing I'm skeptical with ZA is the concept of the in-world, like how the game is in story in the actual game, not like how it's gonna run and things like that, but like so it's all based in one city, right?
Yeah.
So in Legends Arceus, it was you have this village that's your home base, right? And then you go out into the world,
Yeah.
right? To the rest of the region.
Okay, to explore
right?
further out.
To explore.
Okay, yeah.
But in this, all of it is in one city. It's just one city. It's not like you're going around unless that's something they haven't revealed to us yet. But as far as I'm aware, right, you're in one city and that's it. Like, how the hell are they gonna make this one city feel big and like you can go and explore it and things like that? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
In a city, it doesn't feel as like grand, not
Yeah.
it's a spectacle.
Yeah, like
it's just a
there's-
city. We all live in cities.
Yeah,
like,
and like you
people want to go out to the forest, want to go out to.
Don't get me wrong, a city
Jungle,
can be
whatever.
big. A city can be big.
But
Like
I say,
London
it's
City
just
is huge.
It's just a city. Who wants to be in a city in the game? We're in
I mean,
cities all
in
the
a
time.
fantasy world, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
We talking about when I'm playing Cyberpunk, I'm in Night City.
That's in South Park.
That's
Cyberpunk.
so
I
that's
thought
different
you
in
said
that
that
type
was
of
okay.
game. In that type of game, fair enough. But you're in a cyber city. You ain't in a normal city.
Yeah, you're right.
You ain't just do like even GTA. You ain't just doing normal stuff in the city.
Nah,
but you're not.
But it makes more sense in that kind of setting. 'Cause
Yeah,
No, but there though,
But
there's
not- but not
multiple
Pokemon.
cities though.
Yeah,
you're
it's not
going
specific.
from one city to another.
yeah,
But like in this,
Yeah.
you're just in one city.
I've
plus,
seen
plus it's fantasy. So
Yeah, and also this is all set in the future.
Yeah.
So like this, you know, like how in Legends Arceus you're in the past.
Like,
Past,
yeah,
this
This
yeah.
is in the future.
Yeah, I want to say, let's move on to one more thing.
Yeah.
From Jake, he hasn't said
Yeah.
one yet.
I guess.
Unless
and then-
you're about to say something, you have one more thing to say. Or?
Nah, I mean, the only thing I wanted to add on top of what my man is saying is from the trailers that I've seen, I feel like they've made this city like wham as fuck.
Yeah.
Wham as fuck. And it might feel different because from what I'm hearing from what you were saying from Legends, like, okay, you've got one hub and you keep coming out back in. Shit, no? You don't go to different towns, different cities.
Because it's not like that. Because it's it's back in the day.
Back in the day
Yeah,
kind of vibes.
like
Like, so
the-
maybe this is the flip side to it because the future. Maybe this city is way grander than you think it is.
Yeah, no, which
And
I'm hoping
exploring
it is.
will
Yeah,
be-
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the flip. Of AZ, bro. Sorry, ZA. It's
Yeah, man,
AZ,
it's
nigga.
AZ. Yeah, I was thinking that
AZ,
too.
But
nigga.
I know why
AZ?
they've called it that though.
Yeah,
It's to do with lore in it of the game.
Oh.
So
But we got to move on.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's to do with lore of the game based on the generation that the cities where you
Yeah.
see
Come.
all of that.
Jail.
shit. Yeah.
Out of serious game series that I think just been improving, y'all.
Okay.
The Legend of Zelda, my nigga.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda, come on, 'cause, you know. I mean, I've never played the original.
Mm.
So I
Oh,
can't
the
say
original
original
Zelda game.
fucking.
I swear that was on Game Boy. No,
No,
Oh,
I think
the
it was
NES.
on like NES.
is it on
Long
NES?
time ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Original. Man is thinking hard, like, what? Really? I didn't know that.
No, because I'm sure I played a Zelda game on Game Boy as well. That's
Yeah,
why.
It doesn't mean it was the
but I'm
first
not-
one.
that's not the first one.
okay.
I'm saying the first one.
Yeah.
Played it on Game Boy. This was the first, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
No, it's
first
just-
one is 1986. The Legend of Zelda
Where did it come out on?
came out on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, fair.
So the NES.
Yeah.
When was it?
1986.
6
That's a long
cuz.
time ago.
Shout out this Legend of Zelda and that.
Yes, yeah. And obviously, Legend of Zelda, they get a lot of breaks in between their games to really focus,
Yeah.
unlike Pokemon, which is pretty good. So we always get quality. Like you never doubt Zelda on quality.
I would never think. Oh, this-
Unless it's combat.
Combat. Is amazing. We say
Yeah.
combat, but
Yeah.
like
Nah,
quality
nah.
of everything else,
No,
it's always there.
No, like genuinely, I can't disagree on that. Like the amount of fun I had playing, not Tears of the Kingdom, fucking Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so good.
I mean, that's a good example of Zelda improving because it changed the whole how we view open world. Full stop.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Games were being called Breath of the Wild clones or inspired by Breath of the Wild. Like that's how crazy it is, man.
Yeah.
Even
I'll give you that,
before-
yeah.
Before then, like when they first went 3D, bruv, that game just changed the whole gaming
Yeah.
industry with Ocarina of Time.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it did. Ocarina of Time was crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but Zelda's always been improving Overall, like there might be particular things that some games do better than others.
Yeah.
But overall, I agree with you on that one. But
Yeah.
at first, when you're saying Zelda, I was like, because I mean, obviously, Wind Waker's my favorite.
Yo, Wind Waker's hard.
Yeah, and I think, but I guess that's particularly for me, like the combat in the new ones was swordplay, I should say. Yes, mostly the swordplay. I don't enjoy the swordplay in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I much prefer it in Twilight Sword, or Wind Waker, or even
Twilight Sword.
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Sword.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait, what game is that?
Twilight Sword.
I was thinking Skyward Sword.
Twilight Sword, nigga, for the Skyward.
Skyward Sword or any of those games. Those three games, I think combat-wise, they're superior. But this game is superior in the way it allows you to go out in the world
and explore it and everything. Yeah,
puzzles. There's more puzzles. Better puzzles. That's also debatable.
Simpler. I feel like they're a lot simpler.
I think there was only three types of. Well, I say three types of puzzles in Breath of the Wild. In the dungeons, like you had there was only three tasks. Well, three different tasks that you would be given. Now, fighting the
Guardians.
Yeah, one would be solving the with the the moving around shit. And then there'll be like it's more of a traditional puzzle in the sense in the dungeons. Those are the three that I can remember.
That's fair to say.
So the quantity was there. There was loads of them. Quality, people were debating between that and dungeons. So I suppose we can say that, but overall, still, I think 100% that they've changed a lot.
They had a massive. When that came out, I think a lot of other game developers had to buck up their ideas when it comes to open world games.
But I mean, I don't want to act like they were the only ones doing it because people are doing it.
No.
It's just that probably the feel that it gave to people was a bit different.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sort of their execution of it all was probably the best.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not about who done it first.
Definitely up there. Who
done it right
and who does it best.
Yeah. And then coming into the future, then how do you feel? Cause we don't know anything about Switch 2 Zelda.
But no, bro, I'm baffled.
What would you hope for?
This is the thing. We kind of had this discussion not too long ago, but I wouldn't mind getting a traditional, more linear, more dungeony based, Zelda game. Okay. Because that's what I did miss from when we got to the Breath of the Wild side of things. I kind of miss my dungeons. Kind of hating on water temples and all that shit. Water temples being a pain in my ass, bruv.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I can see, not like it's new, but maybe like a little cross of Breath of the Wild, where maybe you've got open world. I guess more like Tears of the Kingdom in that sense, where it's open. You can't just go to the boss. Maybe there's a linear way of the story, so you have to go here in order to progress the story. Maybe you can go there, but you can't go in there. But to progress the story, you have to go here first. And then, like, the unique weapons or equipment that you get for that particular dungeon, have that shit. Have it more universal, not just tied to that dungeon.
Make them actually matter for the rest of the game.
Yeah. That as well.
Yeah.
But
I would hope that the weapons are unbreakable.
It depends. If it's traditional, then it won't be breakable weapons. You just get your sword, potentially upgrade to the Master Sword, and then that's it.
I hope they do maybe a mix of it. So, like, how you were saying, the weapons per dungeon, like, they were only relevant to the dungeon, right? I would hope those weapons become unbreakable, like the Master Sword. So, like, in the sense that then that way they are more, as you said, universal in the sense that you can use it more. So
they're always unbreakable though.
Yeah, man, you're so Breath of the Wild. It's crazy.
No, but that's obviously the only other proper Zelda game that I had played was the one on the DS.
Yeah. Phantom Hourglass.
Were they breakable in that game as well? Huh? Were they breakable in that game?
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? The only Zelda game where there's breakable weapons.
I know. I'm asking this to let him answer his own question.
No.
I haven't played the game. I'm pretty sure they weren't.
I think you misunderstood. I think you misunderstood what I meant.
Okay, wait.
Yeah? So what I'm saying is obviously the weapons in Breath of the Wild is breakable.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is you want like a more mixed kind of thing, yeah, where the weapons that you would use.
Nah. That's not what I was referring to. I'm referring to like, you said you played Twilight Princess, yeah?
Briefly, I didn't complete it or anything like that.
There's certain in these previous Zeldas, right? You
Yeah.
go to a temple,
Yeah,
and then you get a unique
weapon for completing the.
I say weapon,
What
but
if
it's more item is the better term to use.
Okay.
Like door thing. What's
Hookshot.
hookshot, right?
Okay.
So you get that.
Yeah.
You'd go around, and that hookshot will be specific for that particular temple. Later on, I mean, hookshot is probably
It's still
a
useful.
poor
For
example.
yeah. The best one is probably the Blade disc. That's probably the best in the universe.
Yeah. That's the better
Yeah.
example, because you had this Blade thing in this temple. You it's like a track, so it helped you go around through the temple and everything and solve puzzles. After that temple, that
Thing
particular
is
item
just useless.
It's useless. Yeah.
Okay.
pointless.
Okay.
Like actual weapons, Breath of the Wild is the first game where you can pick up different weapons and use them like that.
But then they break.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he's talking about items in general.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
items would have been
Weapons.
okay. Yeah.
The
yeah.
items
Items
in
talk about
comparison in Breath of the Wild, the best example to do is the thing you get at the start, the
Yeah,
magnet,
the Shiglets.
Yeah.
and all that stuff, the
I
single
mean,
play.
you-
But the reason you get them all at the start rather than in dungeons because you have to, because you can go anywhere.
Yeah. They had to kind of do it, innit?
Yeah.
And I guess also to help you get used to it, like the mechanics of that as well, throughout, so that you can use it.
Yeah.
And then just
But
springing it on you later in the game. And then
I think it's mostly that because you
because
can go
you can-
anywhere.
Yeah.
If you didn't have one,
I'm not saying that that's
you
not the
wouldn't be
main
able to
reason
do it.
why. I'm just adding other
Yeah.
points.
But I think like the reason I like the linear approach more is because when I think of like one of my best experiences in Breath of the Wild was actually going up to the water temple in that area, that water area.
Oh yeah, that was.
And when you're
quite-
climbing up, you can only go one way. It's raining, you can't climb up the walls.
Yeah,
And it's such a long
In
path.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that was the
actually.
best moment. I was like, just running up, trying to, and all these guys
Okay.
arching me down on all
Yeah,
these little
yeah,
things.
yeah.
That was sick because I had no choice. I had to go
You
that
had
way.
to. Yeah, no, that's true.
But apart from that, like you can just do whatever you want in any ways. You can skip so much content. You can just kind of do whatever. And for me, I that's not what I like. I like it just literally that type of experience, but throughout the whole game. I would love that.
Okay, fair.
I would
fair,
love
fair.
that. So if they can do that in the new Zelda, that would be perfect.
Yeah, that kind of approach.
Mm.
That is kind of what I'm referring.
Yeah.
Maybe
like,
maybe a
it's-
cross. Like a
Yeah. It's giving you a open feel, but
you're limited to where you can access. In that
you have
open
to. Yeah. There's no other option
Yeah.
but to.
To be honest, other Zeldas have done that. It's just
Yeah, this
different.
is what I'm saying,
You've done
yeah.
it in Twilight Princess because you
Twilight
can literally
Princess.
go all around with your horse
Yeah,
and every
whatever you want to do. That's true.
Wind Waker is obviously the biggest
Yeah,
example.
you can do
Literally
wherever the fuck
everywhere.
you want to go. Yeah.
And even Ocarina of Time as well. So
Oh, that's
Skyward
sick.
Sword too.
Yeah. As
So-
long as you unlike that region.
Yeah. So maybe what they've learned from the newer games, and then what they did in the older games, bring it together.
One mad mashup.
Yes.
One mad mashup.
And one thing I wanted to talk about, I thought you were going to talk about upgrades, but you talked about something else. I think upgrades would be cool, and I think they need to look at Skyward Sword because you could upgrade stuff in Skyward Sword. That would be great. You could upgrade your shield with items.
Yeah,
you
I
could upgrade
forgot
your
about that
I
stuff.
swear
That would be
they
sick.
didn't they do something like that in Tears of the
confused
Kingdom.
stuff.
Yeah.
Confused stuff, but
Okay.
it's not
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same.
It's not the same. Okay.
No. I could just imagine like finding a really cool fire item and then combining it with your shield and doing like a fire shield, but it's permanent because you combined it from your elements. And you're like crafting weapons from that stick with you. That would be sick.
The only thing
that is true.
the
That would
only
be sick.
the only thing that I wish that they would do in a brand new Zelda game, bro. Well, two things: improve the combat, right? The sword play.
Well,
As,
improve the combat is probably not the right term to use.
yeah, that's why I said I changed it straight away to the sword play in that sense.
Because like it's literally just those two games. Like, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess,
Yeah, no, which is
Wind
fair.
Waker.
Yeah,
It'll be different.
Twilight Princess gets me gassed about when you see that old Dead Knight, the old Zelda, no Link,
Oh
the
yeah,
Link.
yeah, ah, bro.
And he teaches you that thought, that one where you jump up and he do the helmet splitter.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
head.
That was
so
sick.
sick.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
those
yeah,
moves. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
It was so good.
No, so true.
and then the
So
second
true.
thing, because and obviously I can only base this off of my most recent experience with Zelda, obviously,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So the breaking of the weapons was my biggest sort of thorn in the side for me when I was playing this game, right? you know how you said about the upgrading and things like that? I wish they do a combination of two things, right? Yeah, to sort of help with this breaking of weapons, right? So you can upgrade the weapons, right, with items you find, and then that then builds the durability of the weapon, right? Which is something that they had in Tears of the Kingdom, definitely in Breath of the Wild, where you can up the durability in it, right?
You could. Yeah, when you fuse, it increases durability.
Yeah, because there was you could see like a little stat to say that the durability has gone up because of it. I'm so sure.
From Breath of the Wild, there's certain weapons that had high durability.
Yes,
and that would show.
That would show. Right, so I'm hoping here though, right? Yeah, they apply this in a sense. So like, the more you can upgrade a weapon, the more durability it gets to the point where it just becomes unbreakable because you've upgraded it enough.
Honestly, bro, if this game isn't as open as the most recent games, it's not going to have breakable weapons. The only reason it has breakable weapons is to force people to explore. Yeah. That's the only reason. That's why they put all these weapons in camps, because they want you to have your weapons break. You go to a camp, you get a new weapon. Yeah. You plot where these weapons spawn on the map. The red moon comes, okay, start again. That's literally the reason.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
If it's not there, it's not happening.
So. No, it's true.
Okay.
Breakable weapons is literally tied to Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
That is it.
Yeah.
But is this guaranteed though, like in the sense that it wouldn't be coming back?
I keep going. No, it's not guaranteed. These men have to decide, innit?
Okay.
Yeah, the reason why I keep going back to Twilight, etc., is because in Wind Waker, for example, you just get a fucking sword, bruv.
And that's it.
You just get a sword, but that's your sword to go around with. You don't get the master sword pretty much till you fucking go down.
That part's one of the best parts.
Yeah, you already know.
When everything breaks, like the time still breaks, they just fight all the mandem.
I was shook, you know. Fam? Bro. What? Combat? Yeah.
Two nights at the same time. 2 nights.
I didn't do that.
Did you just say two guys at the same time?
2 nights.
Big balls.
I was about to say
that. I made sure.
I didn't do that. He said big balls.
I said 2 nights. I know what you guys are hearing.
It's
a 2 nights.
It's a one-on-one thing, man.
2 nights.
It's a one-on-one thing. I'm not doing.
But still, 2 nights though.
2 nights.
But sorry, the point is, you just get your standard weapon. Like you don't go around picking up different items.
Yeah.
It's literally got introduced for Breath of the Wild, and the reason why you see in Tears of the Kingdom is direct sequence.
I mean, that was my experience with Zelda. When I played Phantom Hourglass, like it wasn't like I was picking up other weapons. It was just literally one weapon, and that's it.
So if they're gonna go back to that next. No, you just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work in the old versions. It wouldn't work.
Nah, that's no way.
What do you mean?
Breakable weapons wouldn't work.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
If what we're hoping, it's not going to be a thing.
I mean, I'd still want it to be a bit like I still want that open world sort of style and experience. But I agree with you. If they can make it a bit more linear, if they can make it a bit more linear, where like, okay, and I'm gonna use Monster Hunter to a certain extent with this, right? Yeah. So, you know, we all know how arse Monster Hunter story is, right? But to progress in the game and access more of the game, you have to progress through the story. Yeah. So if they did something like that, I think it could work.
You know what? I think it would be good to actually get you one day to play that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess to see how you feel about that openness. Because there is openness.
Yeah.
It's just how, if you like that openness, then you'll be calm.
You'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah. But if you want more than that, then I guess maybe Skyward Sword. Because Skyward Sword, I would say, when it comes to options, it probably has the most. Because Wind Waker, you have options, but it's a bit different. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard. The Skyward Sword, you can go down to different temples in different orders.
You could, but
can't do that in Twilight Princess.
That they had to open that area up first. Yeah, from the sky.
Yeah.
The floor was like, what the fuck is the floor? Who lives there? Kind of thing, innit? So they had to open that shit up.
There's a HD remake in there on the Nintendo store, no? For the Switch.
Yeah, there is for Skyward Sword.
Well, I'm thinking more like. No, what I'm thinking more Twilight Princess. Because with Twilight Princess, I remember like there was more to the area, but you needed like an equipment or a clue or something to get to that particular bit. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and I need that game back, fam. Twilight Princess, I need it.
Twilight Princess.
I need it.
Is there not a remake of that as well, no?
There was.
I think it was on the Wii
U. Yeah, but how am I gonna get that shit?
Is it not on the...
I don't think it's on the Switch, but...
Even Wind Waker, if they bring those 2 remakes to Switch 2, I'm gas as fuck.
The thing is, there is remake on Switch 2, but it's the GameCube version.
Yeah, no.
Which is weird because the GameCube version does have some better things, but the Wii U version is superior in mostly every other factor. It's just the GameCube version I think is 60 FPS. The Wii U version is 30 FPS.
Oh, okay.
But the Wii U version has everything else is much superior.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
The
about
color, they get new items, a faster sale, so you can sell at twice the speed. It's harder to manage. And they gave you some extra stuff. You can see there's an item to see monsters' HP as well. Yeah, they added all these small things in that game, so it was pretty sick.
But it's not on the Switch.
It's not on the Switch.
Oh.
It's on the Switch
Nintendo,
2, but it's the
Switch
GameCube
2,
version.
bring it.
The GameCube version.
Yeah, because of that, that's what kind of brought my hopes down for getting version.
Yeah, I wish because people didn't get to experience it, and it was a great game. I love that.
Yeah.
Loved it. But I think we should stop. I think we should stop wrapping up.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've talked about a few games, mainly Monster Hunter, because that's what you man love, innit?
So,
But yeah, man.
Well, you gotta give the audience what they want, you know.
Yeah, talking about Monster Hunter, I might as well drop it to you, man. Now, yeah, the new gaming series coming to you live from the Smash Bros channel. We'll be playing Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate,
yes, sir.
starring the homeboy Shizzy Kid.
I'll be the one who's not really played the game properly, guys. So like, when you see me fucking playing like shit, just come roast me.
Yeah. You can roast me as well because I'm kind of dead. This guy was carrying me most of the time anyway.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. In your words, not my words. His words.
Yeah,
I carried it.
You know he wouldn't have said it in his words. He still would have said it if he hadn't said anything there.
I carried it, right? I'm not saying. I'm not answering that.
I can admit it.
Yeah. And then for him, this is his first old gen Monster Hunter game.
Yes.
This is a worlder. He's gonna try and see what he thinks. So it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very interesting.
And you're gonna be using Charles Blade, your main from World and Rise. So
well, it's just my main in general.
Yeah,
like,
true.
It's just my main.
And what about you? You said you got a new weapon.
I got a new weapon, fam.
What weapon is this?
I'm gonna be the new Lancer main.
Oh, he's taking over.
Okay.
He's taking over. But also, guys, like because obviously, Neo over here is our pro on this game, so he's gonna be using a new weapon as well. He's not gonna stick to Lance. He's gonna
use Lance. But to be honest, I use like 8 weapons in GU.
So you gotta use one that you don't.
Yeah. The only Blaze Master ones.
Put that in the comments for him to use a gunner weapon.
The only Blaze Master ones I don't use. 'Cause I'm not using gunner.
Did you see that intense look he gave into the camera as well when he said that? He's like, you fuckers, if you comment that shit down there, you know I'm gonna come find you.
It's getting deleted. So
don't worry, I'll put it back up.
it's Switch Axe and Instaglaive.
I thought so.
I've used every other one.
Okay.
I've used Switch Axe a bit, but barely.
Tell him to use
I don't know how to really use it.
Hey.
Oh, Charles Blade as well, but you're using Charles Blade, so I'm not touching Charles Blade.
It's up to you if you want to do that, bro. Like,
There's 2 other weapons. Like, I might as well just
Yeah, no, I'll give it a
So
try.
with that-
yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
maybe
what
Switch
we're saying.
Axe.
Switch Axe. Okay, yeah. I was thinking Switch Axe too.
Switch
That'll
Axe,
probably
yeah.
be what I'll try. How good that I'll probably try.
Okay.
See how it is.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Come.
So yeah, people, them stay tuned for that. We got a new Play with Jay. I don't know what game yet because I ain't got to that just yet. Well, we're coming back. Season 2, Play with Jay. You're dizzy, cuz.
I'm gonna start streaming again more so because man's got the setup upgrade. So
Yes, sir.
So the streams are gonna be restarting as well, guys, soon. So
Let's
this
go.
way I don't sound like a schizophrenic on my streams, like Cyphens Ryan like to call me.
Shit.
Yeah, because it just sounds like I'm talking to nobody, bro.
Nah, for real.
It sounds
You're
like I'm
just
talking
chatting.
to yeah.
I just chatted, but he doesn't know he's chatting to.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Obviously, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. You know.
Yes.
Check out our shorts, moments. The old Play with Jay season 1. You know what I'm saying? Check all that stuff out.
Obviously, go and check out the boy Nova on his channel as well.
Yeah, don't know.
Pick
But
up CC streams, man. Come on.
Well, when they start again.
when they come back,
Yeah.
or they come back. But until then, we'll catch you guys in the next. Peace.
See you.